we are live. Let's get y'all. Your man DL Saint. Welcome. I really want to know podcast, man. How y'all feeling out there? Look, I can move my arm. I didn't take any drugs either. That hurt a little bit though, I ain't gonna lie. But at least I can move it. I appreciate all of the well wishes and all of the support and all of the love that you guys are showing me. People are watching. They're like, oh man, people can tell, like, bro, you hurt for real. You know what I mean? Brother Don 007 is like, man, quit playing, put your arm in a sling before you mess yourself up. But I mean, actually, I'm good. It was just somehow I managed to really strain my shoulder. I don't know how I did it, but somehow I managed to do that, man. So hope you guys are having a happy Monday, man. Happy Monday, all that good stuff. Today we're gonna talk a little bit about older men and younger women, man. I'm starting to see this conversation come up a lot here lately. I don't know why. Maybe because Valentine's Day just passed. And people are looking at all these young people with old people walking around happy and stuff. It is what it is. Gonna talk about that, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the current state of the red pill slant mantle swamp, like where it is right now. Sister Zena did something on it. I believe I think she's British. I could be wrong. I think she's over in the UK. She has a really good YouTube channel. I watch her stuff, when I can. And she did a thing about red pill and red pillars. And I was in the chat. I was in her comments going crazy, hitting up people because there was a lot of comments. Y'all know that's a big whatchamacallit. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Brother Smee was in the building. What's good, fam? Oh, wrong button. Now that I can use my other hand, I can move a little bit faster. Brother Smee was in the building. Good day to you, bro. Always a pleasure to see you, man. And like I said, man, we still got to plan out later this year, bro. I haven't forgotten. I need to reach out to Brother Cody and find out what his schedule looks like, man, so we can hit one of those 2 months that we talked about when you're going to come visit the States, bro. Look forward to seeing you too. I really do, bro. He's like, too much keto. You got your shoulder out. Nah, I mean, I haven't been doing any combat sports, man. I've been just sitting around being a lazy old man. I need to get back out there. But man, my shoulder, it was bad, man. It was bad. So yeah, we're gonna talk about this age gap dating thing, and we're gonna talk about. I'm sure you guys have heard that saying, half your age plus 7. We're gonna find out where that came from, and we're gonna review a couple videos. One video on the age thing and one video on red pill mantle swamp stuff. And I'm just gonna give my 2 cents. Y'all know how I do. It is what it is, man. So hey, let's get into it. And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome to I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. Get some indeed, man. It's funny, Brother Smee was like a keto, bro. Coming up, man, I've tried everything, man. I just looking for stuff to do when it came to, martial arts and stuff like that. I never did MMA, mixed martial arts, like the way they do it now, actually training to just like, get my butt kicked and kicking people's butts. But I have tried Wing Chun. I have tried Wushu. I have tried Krav Maga. Krav Maga was that. It was MMA before MMA. That was just, man, people beating themselves up, bro. It was Fight Club, man. Before MMA became big, that's all they were doing was fighting each other, which was cool. I went in, I took a couple classes. I was like, all right, let's see what they're doing. And for most of those dudes, it was like the first time they've ever really had to fight somebody, man. Like, you could tell, like, they were just like, oh, like, yes, get into it, yes, go. And most of them never been in the military. Most of them never like been hit in the face. Oh, I did box when I was young. I did box a little bit when I was young. Most of those guys were just fascinated, and it was a safe way for them to participate. And like to this day, like if you go out and you do like some Muay Thai or you do whatever, even boxing, or whatever you're doing, jiu-jitsu, like Brazilian jiu-jitsu or whatever. You'll always get that guy who doesn't understand how to pull their punches. Like they're out there going for broke, and that guy always gets beat up by whoever's running the course. Like they'll tell him to calm down, they'll see what they're doing. Other people are just kind of like, "Hey man, chill out," and the guy just goes ham, and then the instructor comes over and just beats the shit out of him, and then you never see that guy again. So I don't know. It's just a lot of people who get into those, those sports, those combat sports, is the first time they've ever really been hit, and it's like fascinating to them. The difference between people like me and people who come out of the trailer parks, the hood, the barrio, when we were in those situations in real life, it was like your life was on the line. Like, bro, you could die. When you're in a controlled environment like a gym or a dojo or a studio or something like that, and you ain't gonna die. And that's the difference. And people know the difference, man. Like it's you know, when you go rolling with somebody on the mat in a gym or a dojo versus getting into it with somebody in the streets, man, it's completely different. And all the guys who know how to fight, they'll tell you, man, the last thing you want to do is have to grapple with somebody or lock up with somebody in the real world. You want to get away from it. Andrew Tate said it. Joe Rogan has said it. I've heard Rogan say that many a times. He's like, bro, I've been fighting my whole life. I don't want to fight anybody on the street. Like you can kill someone or get killed. You find yourself being killed so easily on the streets. And it's like, man, people who know how to fight, they know how to fight and they know what they're talking about. So I mean, that just threw me off a little tangent right there. But I mean, it's good to take these courses. It's really good to know how to defend yourself. Hand to hand, you want to know how to do that. Firearms, y'all know I'm a Second Amendment guy. I'm all about that. You know what I mean? Make sure you train, make sure you know what you're doing with your firearms. And I got all sorts of stuff, bro. Uh everything from brass knuckles to blades to there's all sorts of stuff. Be familiar with weapons and know how to defend yourself, but more importantly, know how to get out of the situation. I think that's the most important thing you could ever learn is how to get out of the situation. Because keep it 100 with you, man, there is nothing worth your life. At the end of the day, ain't nothing worth losing your life over. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys before we get into it. Brother Smith was just had that memory jog, and I was like, yeah, Sister Navo's in the building. What's good, sis? Always a pleasure to see you. Brother Smith was like, I've only ever done Taekwondo when I was younger, and nowadays I'm doing Muay Thai. Muay Thai is what's up, bro. It's one hell of a workout. I love the use of elbows and knees, you know what I mean? And I love the way that they do their thing. One of the ways that I fight, I've always done this, is I use variants. I use whatever is going to work for me. Right? If I'm dealing with a guy and I really want to keep the range between the distance between me and him, and I can see he's kind of slow and I might be a little faster, especially with my feet, I might do some kicks. I might do some Taekwondo stuff. I might do a lot of the wushu stuff because they were heavy kick based, the wushu. Um, if I think this guy's quicker than me, then I might want to use the boxing techniques. Like, I might want to pull him in. If I got the weight advantage, I might want to pull him in. I can absorb his punches, but I can, he might not be able to absorb mine. It depends on the situation, who you're dealing with. So, sometimes like the Wing Chun stuff, I would use that to put my hands out a lot. You know what I mean? I'll put my hands out trying to keep that distance, but at the same time, I'm hoping they touch my hands or something like that, and I can, kind of do some quick stuff or whatever. There's science to fighting. Right now, I'm in no condition to fight, even though my arm is feeling way better. I'm still injured. I'm way vulnerable. Like my whole left side is vulnerable because I can't really throw any power in this punch. I can't really do anything. If they grab me and put me in any kind of hold, it's really gonna hurt. So, but I tell folks, like, the more you know, the better, and just kind of use whatever technique works for you in that particular situation. Brother Smith was like, I've been hit in the face a lot, and I've heard people before, which makes me always avoid any form of a fight. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. And here in America, man, especially in the South, you never know who's armed. So, you got to be really good at kind of sizing up your opponent. Like, man, what's going on? Why is this little dude so aggressive right now? And in my mind, I'm thinking either he's with a bunch of people or he has a weapon. So, it's like, I know I'm armed. I don't want to deal with this. I need to get out of here. You know what I mean? And then I know it's cameras on me. Like, there are cameras everywhere, ring cameras and cameras and lights and camera. I'm like, I need to get out of here. So if anything were to go down, when they finally do get all the footage, they'll see that I was trying to get out of there. I was the one trying to get away. I wanted to de-escalate, and whatever happened wasn't because of me. That's what I kind of tell folks. And then you gotta keep your wits about you, keep your temper. Lady Navoa, you do martial arts too, Dink? Like a Mandrill and me, like my main man. I yes, I don't, I'm not, what's the best way to put this? Yes, I'm familiar with martial arts. Yes, I have trained in various martial arts, but I'm not one of those guys who are like, yeah, get out there. And, I'm not that guy. I'm just too old. I mean, look, I hurt myself sleeping. Like I hurt myself sleeping. Think about that. I hurt myself sleeping. So nah, I ain't really trying to get out there like that. But I am out there. I'm in the trenches every day. So I have to make sure that I can at least, defend myself and get myself out of situations. So yeah, I've studied different martial arts. I have. And boy, it hurts too. I haven't, like, again, I haven't done the MMA stuff, the judo or Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I thought about doing it. I thought about it, but I don't know. Muay Thai, I like that, and then we'll see about the rest. You know what I mean? We'll see about the rest. It is what it is. But yeah, I'm getting too old. Appreciate y'all coming through. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done. Hit like, share, and all that good stuff. It might be some people who are checking this out for the first time out there because I've been active in different people comments, looking at different videos, and just seeing where folks are. When it comes to the red pill stuff, man, people are definitely choosing sides. You know what I mean? You got your hardcore red pillars, you got your blue pill folks out there, so you got that basic paradigm right there. And then you have those folks in the middle who are saying, well, I see what the other people are talking about. I understand and get their argument, but which is cool. And that's how it should be. And those are the people I'm looking for. I'm looking for those folks who are willing to have the conversation, not so much the people who are just like, this is the way it is, and you guys are stupid. I don't like talking to those folks. People get entrenched or whatever, and generally speaking, there's something behind it. I think it was one of the commenters were talking about family law, and they were talking about how basically how women are almost always awarded custody of children. And I mentioned, and the reason she said that is because women spend more time with the children. That was her thing. Like, well, women should get custody because they're with the child more, they're home moms and this and that. And my comment was like, well, I don't know. I couldn't disagree with you more. I don't think that the vast majority of women are stay-at-home moms. I think most households are two-family households, and mom and dad both work. So generally speaking, when there's some sort of divorce or separation, they go through the family court system. The child's in daycare most of the time. So with that being the case, why wouldn't it be 50-50 if the child's going to be in daycare anyway? The daycare provider is going to be taking care of this child or spending the most time with the child anyway. So, and then they would come back and was like, I don't care what you say, basically. And you can tell that they don't, they understand the argument. They don't want to accept the argument. And there lies the thing between the red pill world and blue pill world. We're going to get into that a little bit later. Almost 2K. Yes, ma'am. Almost 2K. We're getting there. We're going to keep growing, trying to get there. You know what I mean? Trying to get there, man. I'm inviting them. You're 1 to 12 percenters, buddies to the lives, man. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to get them, sis. I'm trying to get them. What we're really trying to do is get more women to come in and have conversations with women. That seems to be what the people really are responding to positively. And I would have been out this weekend, but I was injured. I stayed in the house. I rested. I truly sat in the house and didn't do nothing but rest this shoulder. And look, I can move it now. 3 days ago, I couldn't even move it. So I'm going to continue to rest, but by this weekend, I think I'll be able to venture out and try to get some more conversations lined up. We had Sister Alex and Sister Glow on, and those episodes went really well. The conversations were great. We're going to try to continue to do that. So we'll see. We shall see. I like it. I don't like it when people scream back and forth at each other. I do like it when people have, differences and they talk their way through it. And I think that's a really good thing. Brother Smeebles, That's the one thing I never do. I never let my kid go to a daycare, either with the mom or her grandmothers. Yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that is ideal. I'm with you, bro. But there are a lot of people who find themselves in situations where they're away from home. Like their moms aren't there, grandmoms aren't there, auntie, they have no family. So you might have someone who moves from I don't know, from Sydney to Perth, and they got no family in Perth, and they hook up with a woman in Perth who is from, I don't know, from New Zealand or somewhere else in Australia, and they start a family or whatever, they get into a situation, you're gonna have someone's gonna have to take care of the child. And I hear you. It's like, well, if that's the case, I'm gonna work harder so she can stay home. But that depends heavily on her being willing to do that. You if you got a situation where, the other parent involved is like, no, I'm not gonna stay home. I don't trust you to handle the responsibilities. I'm going to work too. Well, what are you gonna do? I suppose you can try to you stay home as a guy, like, well, I could just work from home and I'll look after the children or whatever. But I mean, that's the world we're living in, man. It's hard to get folks to work together. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. Yeah, we'll definitely get Shushu back. Sis, later, we'll definitely get her back. Shushu is real busy, and good for her, man. Like, shout out to our sis because she is making it happen out there.
Don DeMarco.
Don DeMarco, the Shushu, she's doing a lot of editing, and then the strike is over, so she's geared back up like the rest of Hollywood, and out there auditioning. I'm sure she's out there auditioning and looking at different parts and looking at different roles. But we're gonna get her on. Like we were texting back and forth just the other night. She saw something I did. She sent me something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but we were going back and forth and talking. It was cool. Like that's my people, man. I'm so proud of her. And like I said, I just see nothing but big things in her future. Her skill set is just where it needs to be right now. So I think it's just a matter of time before Hollywood absorbs her and brings her in and she becomes an official cool kid. I can't wait for that to happen. So let's get into this talk about old people and young people and dating and all this stuff, right? So this video, this is uh this YouTube channel, and I forget the brother's name. I wrote it. Here it is right here. Uncle ABL. That's what it is. Uncle ABL. He's got about 10,000 subscribers. Please like and subscribe on his channel as well. We'll have a link to this in the description below so you can easily find him. I haven't seen any of his content other than a little bit of this video. I watched the beginning of this video, then I stopped it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to react to this kind of fresh on the platform. Instead of watching the whole thing through, I'm just going to react to this now. Talking about, the dating age gap. So, and the title of his video is "Here's Why Older Men Date Younger Women." Now, I'm pretty sure the majority of the stuff that this brother's going to say, I'm going to agree with, right? Telling you right now, I think most people understand the logic of older men dating younger women, but some people haven't given it any thought, and they just kind of look at the aesthetics. They look at it from the outside, looking in, and they say what they say without really giving it any thought. So, here's our opportunity to kind of chop it up and see what it do, right? So here we go.
Thing in between. And today we got to talk about one very important question that always gets asked, is always a big topic on the internet, which is older men dating younger women. Why can't you date women your own age? You can't pull somebody your own age. You're a creep and you're weird, all this, that, and the third. Now, there's so much there. There's a lot of reasons why this happens, but let me just explain what the word younger means.
And then right off rip, the first thing he said was like, people was like, why don't you date your age? Duh, obviously it's not as many beautiful women and I'm older than this guy. He's gonna tell us how old he is in a little bit. And I got him by at least 10 years and a little over that. So when he says his age again, I'll correct the math, but I think I'm at least 10 years older than him. I think maybe a little bit more, but maybe a little less. We'll see. But that statement he made in there is that, why don't you date women your own age? Well, men do love youth and beauty, and that's age age 18 all the way up to 80, men pretty much you know prefer the same avatar of woman, and that's just it is what it is. Now, whether or not that guy can pull said woman, that's a different conversation. But if you got 100 men in a room and you ask them the question, like, describe the perfect avatar for you, like the type of woman you would want to be with, excluding all other factors that just is you, what would you choose if you could? They would pretty much choose the same woman. I ain't gonna lie to you. And she would be between 18 and probably 18 and 26 or 28. You can go find the numbers. The numbers are out there. They're overwhelmingly, those guys want that type of woman. Yeah, a 70-year-old would want that. You know what I mean? 22-year-old girl. It is what it is. So that's the first part. The second part, when it was like, why would you date your own age, especially like if you have a young, beautiful woman on your arm, and that's just when they normally say these things or whatever. Like, well, why are you with her? Why wouldn't you want to be with her over there? It's because the young one is more beautiful and other reasons along with it. Plus, I'm able to pull it because they're like, oh, you can't pull this young girl. It's all about your money. Like, she makes more than me. She's an attorney and, I'm retired. And it's like, what? So now that's when the game comes into play and all that. So, a lot of people say that to some old dude, like, man, look, you got that young girl over there. And, he might be in his 60s, mid 60s, and she's in her late 20s or very, very early, very young 30s. And they just start hating. It's like, bro, that's who she wants, man. Like, at the end of the day, that's who she chose him. Whatever his game was, however he got there, she chose him. I mean, he can't just hit her over the head with a club and drag her off like the caveman did back in the day. So it is what it is. But let's continue.
First of all, I'm born in 1984. That means I'm 40. I'm right at the 40-year mark this year. I date women between.
Yeah, I definitely got 10 years on him. I got over 10 years on this brother.
Between 24 and 28. That's my age range right there. Now, why don't I want to date somebody my own age? Well, there's a lot of reasons. First of all, I don't have any children. I like to have kids one day. And if a woman is 40 years old, she's not going to have any kids. She probably already got teenagers or adults by this point. When I was 18 years old, there was a pregnancy scare. If I had a child back then at age 18, 19, the child would be in college, fully grown, out of the house by now. A lot of women have kids that are that age. They're not trying to have a newborn baby at 40 years old. Life is short. You don't have that much time. Also, when they get to be older, up in age, it's very hard to talk to them. Not all the time, but sometimes. It's very hard. It's a very difficult and grinding conversation. I'm open to dating women that's my age or even a little bit older. I would date between 24 to 44, but it's very difficult to have a conversation. And I talk all day for a living. I have a call-in show where I take random people. We can have a good conversation. But an older woman, a lot of times she's been jaded, married, divorced. Now, I've been married and divorced too, but with older women, it's just different. Now, when you get a younger woman, 24, 25, 26, 27, she has not had a lot of heartbreak, a lot of negative experiences. A lot of times she has no kids and she wants kids and she is of the age to be able to have them. She's not going to be rushing. A lot of women, when they get to be past 30, 34, 35, they want to get married immediately, right away. I talked to one young lady recently, and a lot of them lie about their ages. I saw her on one app. She said she was one age. On the other one, it was a different age, like 3 to 4 to 5 years younger, right? That's one thing, but still in the 30s.
A lot of the stuff he's saying, I agree with. It is what it is. All's fair in love and war. Y'all know I use that quote over and over here. Women tend to lie about their age. Men tend to lie about their height and their financial situation. It is what it is. When a guy lies about the money he makes in his financial situation, he knows he's lying. He 100% gets it. It's part of the game. When a woman lies about stuff. You know, especially with the heavy use of makeup. You know, the garters or whatever. I forget what they call them, things that they wear. Um, the things that slim their bodies, and they're like, you know, about their age. They don't consider it a lie. It's kind of funny. But what he's saying about you know, older folks, man, as we age, man, we get more experience. We have to deal with stuff, and you know, life will just beat you up and wear you down, and that's a fact. And that it just doesn't just happen to women; it happens to men as well. I would argue men, maybe it affects men more, in a sense that because it's just tougher to be a guy in in most situations. Man, I'm just keep it 100. It's just tougher to be a guy. There's no one coming to your rescue as a man. No one cares about you as a man. Y'all remember that video of that dude that was crying because he got stood up by some woman or whatever? And he was crying on the video, like crying. And it was just people, you know, women like, oh, that's so sad. Like, oh, that's sad. Y'all gonna go smash him? Y'all gonna go holler at dude? Yeah, oh no, we ain't gonna do that. Because they don't care. They don't care, bro. Right. But have a woman come on there on YouTube, or, you know, have her come on Instagram or whatever, crying or saying whatever, I need attention, I need someone to talk to me and this and that. Man, her DMs would be flooded. She'll crash the system. And that could be an average woman. She could be like a 5 or 6, like just an average or a step above average, and she will get tons and tons of attention. So that's when when I say it's harder for men in some instances, I'm referring to that. You know, and you know, people, you know, you go back and look at everything if you want, but that's you know, I mean, stats and all that, but that's what I'm referring to. Brother Smeebles, he's like, my ex was 7 years older than me, and I wanted to have kids, but as time went on and she got over 30, something in me couldn't do it anymore. Great woman, but something in me didn't let me do it. And he said that was before I got RP'd. Yeah, before he got red pilled. Brother Smith was like, so I understand how would react, or how react if I was 7 years older than a woman. I'd rather, you know, do that. And I think that's what you're saying. So he gets it. You know what I mean? He gets it. You know, it seems to work out when you're, you know, if you're an older man and your woman, like if you're older and your woman's younger, especially if you're trying to have children and stuff like that. And this brother right here, Uncle ABL, is going to get into that. You know, a woman gets into her 30s, like late 30s, and she, you know, goes to have, you know, get pregnant. Like, it's a lot of complications can arise. Like, you know, doctors really watch that. I mean, there's a term for that. You know, I mean, you get to a certain age, trying to have a baby, you know, later in life. And a lot of people think, oh, you know, what you mean by later for a woman? Like if she's like 50 or 60, like, nah, bro, like in her 30s and 40s is like, they really watch that. And women are waiting longer to have children. And there are a lot of mishaps occurring, you know, trying to have babies, you know, later in life. So a younger woman, in theory, won't have the same issues as a younger woman will, you know, when it comes to having a baby. That's what they call those years, childbearing years. It's the reason they say that. And then once you're beyond that, it gets harder and harder to have kids. Last good man in Jersey's in the building. What's good, fam? I see you, bro. Good to see you. Matter of fact, I saw you. I was watching Medium Man episode the other day, I think yesterday, and I saw you in the he was highlighting one of your chats. So I'm like, oh, I know, dude. That's Last Good Man in Jersey. You know what I mean? He looked like an older Mr. He Said. Who is Mr. He Said? I know I've heard that name. I know I've been on have I been on panels with dude? I can't remember. I haven't looked that up, but I saw this dude looked familiar. Maybe that's what I was thinking. Like he looks like somebody I've seen before. Brother Pitney's in the building. What's good, fam? As a man, no one is coming to save you, and that is a fact, my friend. No one is coming to save you. You might have a family who's out there trying to help you out, but even then, you know, there are limits, man. You get out there, even your family's gonna be like, hey, man, we can't do much for you. You're a guy, you know what I mean? So men are expected to provide for themselves. Men are expected to produce. That's just the way it is. That same expectation doesn't truly hold for women, although a lot of women choose to provide for themselves. They choose to be alpha. They choose to go do these things. But they don't have to. Especially if that woman's like beautiful. It's just amazing how the world just falls to your feet if you're a beautiful young woman. It is amazing. And I don't hate it, man. Like, people like hating players and shit. No, I don't hate the player, bro. Hate the game. You got a problem with it, hate the game. Don't hate her. And especially now with this simptastic world of simps out here, bro. These simpletons. Just wow. I mean, sometimes just for fun, I'll ask a friend, like, hey, you got somebody on Instagram that's like a friend zone dude is always hitting you up or whatever. Like, you really don't know, but he's just always hitting you up. And of course, the answer is yes. Like, yeah, there's a couple guys like that. We really don't know who they are. Let me see Instagram. I'll go through their Instagram and see the dude, commenting and liking and sending messages, and the girl never responds or whatever it is, what it is. And I was like, hey, I'm about to ask him to cash app you $50 right now so he can buy us some drinks. And they'll be like, no, don't do that. But they don't reach for their phone. They're like, no, don't do that. But I'm steady tapping it in there. I already sent it here. Send me your cash app. He wants your cash app. Send me your cash app. Send me my cash app. He can send it to me. And it just blows my mind, bro. Because I out of 10 times, like 7 of the dudes will send the money instantly without even responding, not even saying what or what's it for, nothing. They just send the cash. You know what I mean? Then, 3 or 4 times out of 10, they might ask a couple questions first. But it just blows my mind how easy it is for women, especially like women who are like 7s and above today, because the simpletons, like, they look at 7s like the 7s are 10s. So 7s and above are getting it. The 10s are getting like crazy benefits. And I don't have a problem with that, right? These are the younger women, and these are the women who get to choose. You know what I mean? Geriatric pregnancies status starts around 35. Thank you, brother. Yep, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, geriatric pregnancy, man, 35. And women are more and more women are waiting until their 30s to have kids. They're not necessarily getting married first either. They're just all right. They couldn't find the guy that they wanted, but the clock is ticking. They're like, well, I'm just gonna get pregnant anyway, and then get the husband later, I guess. Brother Smeebles, at the age of 35, it's a super high risk pregnancy for women and increases the risk of the child being born with a mental defect such as autism. Wow. Yeah. These are the numbers. These are the numbers. Appreciate that, fellas. Yeah. These are the numbers. It's out there. So when you got an older guy like this gentleman right here, and he's like, he doesn't have any kids. He's been married. It didn't work. They didn't have any kids. He got divorced. He still wants to have that family. He's 40, right? Armed with the knowledge that, hey, after 35, it's really difficult to have a child, right? And it opens up the possibility to higher rates of birth defects and stuff like that. Well, he's going to go with a younger woman. That's one reason. Another reason, she's, like he said, she's been through less. She's been through less. She's out there living the dream, right? So she's out there doing her thing, man. She's in the trenches. She's out there having fun. She's riding that CC. You know what I mean? She's out there doing her thing. And now she's getting, mid to late 20s. And now she's ready to settle down. She's had her fun. She's ready to settle down. She's looking at the young men around her. Most of them are not going to reach that financial threshold that she needs, especially if she's talking about like having kids and stuff like that. She doesn't want to wait until she's over 30. So what she's going to do, she's going to look to the older men who are more, generally speaking, or more financially sound. Now, of course, she's going to have to make her way through the game. So hopefully she don't get gamed by some older Pookie or Ray Ray. But she gets to a situation, she finds a guy, this guy's showing her experiences, and he's, providing for her and protects her, and he's handsome, he's a silver fox, whatever. Why wouldn't she want to holler at that? Why wouldn't she want to holler at that guy? And she wants to have kids as well. She wants to have kids. She's just not getting started in her career, just finishing school and whatnot. So she's like, well, I can have this baby now, stay at home with the baby for a few years till our baby's ready to go to, kinder. And then I can start my career, or I can stay at home and can work from home and build up my resume. So, here in a few years when my, child goes to school, then I could go out there and do whatever. And that's a smart move. If you ask me, that's a smart move. Yeah. Last good man in Jersey. Yeah. You're right, bro. You're right. You're like, let's call it what it is. Younger women look better. For the most part, they do. For the most part, they do. That's just keeping it 100. No getting around that. Brother Smeebles. Then she settles down with someone she don't like, And after she has kids and gets bored with the man she settled for and goes around with other men and or leaves the father, it's part of the game. It does happen. People are like, well, how often does something like that happen? Oh, I would say 50% of the time. Right? Half of marriages end in divorce. I would say 50% of the time. 50% of the time. Now, does it always happen? No. No. You know what I mean? Like, is that all women? No. Even the women, in the situation that we're talking about, was that her plan from day one? Probably not. Probably not. She got into the situation and just kind of, that wasn't the guy she really wanted. The guy she really wanted really wasn't making the money. He couldn't really support her. So she continued on with her plans, and now here we are 8 years down the road. She kept her body together. The older guy's getting older. And then that young dude that she was smashing back in the day, now he's finally starting to reach his stride. He's finally starting to make money. You know what I mean? And maybe she's looking at him. It's one of those things, man. It does happen. That's the game. That's the game.
Young lady, when I spoke to her, she was like, hey, you know what? I'm marriage minded. And if you're not marriage minded, I don't even want to go on a date. It's like, all right, but what's your name though? But what's your name? I don't even know you yet. Can we get to that point? Nah, they want to rush you right away. A lot of times they're trying to get married within 6 months, have a baby in a year because they know their time is running down. Life is short. If you're lucky, you live to be 75, 80 years old. And if you are very blessed, you get to be 100. Now, if you're 40 years old, I mean, think about how much time that is. That's a lot of time out of your life, and you don't have that much time left, and you got one life to live. For me, the better compatibility is with a younger woman, 24 to 28, no kids, easier to talk to. And I'm not a manipulator. Some are going to say, well, you want to mold her, you want to groom her. I'm not a manipulator, and I'm not dealing with children. I'm talking about full-grown adults, women that have careers, they own places, houses, all of that. These are fully grown adults. We ain't talking about minors. You're talking about 24 to 28, all adults. But the women that are closer to my age, a lot of times we're not compatible. We're not very compatible. Actually, a woman that's my age should go much younger or much older. A woman who's like 38 should get with a guy who's in his 50s because look, she already got kids. She doesn't want any more. The guy who's that age already has kids, maybe even grandkids, or does not really want to be chasing around a newborn baby at 55 years old. So he's cool with not having kids. He's more establishing the career. So you want the guy to make $100,000 and spend money and take care of you and your kids. He got it. He's not really trying to run behind a much younger woman. So that is a more compatible relationship. Or if you're 40 years old and you're a woman and you still look good and you got money, okay, take care of some real young guy, 21 years old in college, give him the PS5 and all that kind of good stuff. Do that. I mean, that is a better situation. But a guy like me who's doing things for himself and got stuff going on financially, it's just not a good combination. And
yeah, like he's making some points here. His biggest point was how difficult he's found. I'm talking about Uncle ABO right here. He says he finds it's very difficult to talk to women his age, and he's 40. He's like, it's very difficult just to have the conversation. And he made the point, he's like, I'm in the business of talking, right? We're watching him right now. So, man, he ain't wrong about that, man. He ain't wrong about that. Like, I go out, y'all know Uncle Saint's always in the trenches. I'm out there. And, it's way easier to talk to someone younger than it is to talk to someone who's older. And the points that he's making, I've seen that. I've seen it. I mean, I'm starting to see women, especially older women that are mid 30s and up. Like, bro, they're getting aggressive with it out there in the real world. Like, they're getting aggressive. They're coming up. They'll put themselves in your orbit. They check you out, whatever it is about you that they like. They come over there, place themselves in your orbit, and will begin to do all sorts of things to get your attention. Like I mean, I've had women flank me and have a conversation back and forth, right over me. knowing me, it's like I just get up and walk away. And I mean, because it will start with them. Like they're walking around the space. They'll see you. Now they're kind of hovering around you a little bit. Okay, now they're either come up to the bar or, do like in this case, get on either side of a chair and just kind of have a conversation, trying to get the guy's attention. In this case, it was me, but trying to get my attention. And I mean, I saw the women when they walked in. I had no intention of talking to these women. I just wasn't attracted at all. And I didn't like the conversation they were having, and they were loud and they were boisterous. And I mean, it's just a lot of alpha energy. I got up and walked away. And again, if what they should have done is just simply approach me. And I think a lot of women are maybe they resent the fact that they have to go talk to a guy, because when they were younger, they didn't have to approach guys like that. But now it seems that they have to approach the guys that they want to talk to. And these two women, it was four in the group, but the two that were going back and forth, I'm like, nope, not doing it. I was not me. I wasn't in. The place was full of dudes. It was a place where a lot of guys hang out. You know what I mean? Not one of my favorite places. I was there to talk to a friend of mine who was a bartender. I was there to talk to her. Came in there to talk to her and a couple and her roommate. I think it's her roommate, but a good friend of hers also works there. So it was three women that worked the bar. I went there to see how they were doing. I was in the area. Let me pop in here and see what they up to. And I spoke to them, and it was too busy for us to have a conversation, and I left. But these women, bro, I'm telling you, and I see it a lot when I go out. Women come up, putting themselves in the orbit, which is normal. And then when you don't say anything to them, especially the older women, they get salty, bro. They get salty. Now I've seen the other side of that when women actually come up, offer to buy you a drink. You know what I mean? They're shooting. They're shooting their shot. Like they're approaching men the way I approach women. You can tell they're like working on their game and have enhanced their game. Their game is modified from where it used to be maybe 10 years prior. But, it's a lot what he's saying. And then the conversations are difficult. The conversations are difficult. You feel like you're either being interviewed, right? Or, you feel like I hate using that merch. You know what I mean? The conversation goes as if you're being interviewed, or interrogated. That's how the conversations go. It's nothing playful about it. But when I talk to young women, it's playful. It's like a cat and mouse game. And even in conversation, I'll be able to maybe enlighten her or tell her about, like, give her a story or tell her something. And she's like, oh, I've never heard of that. Or, oh, you taught me something today. And that's what men want to do, don't they? They want to be able to, like, to be the first, like, to show you something, or to be the first person to get you to think a certain way, or, kind of, that's what I lean on as an old dude. I'm in my 50s, so I'm going to have to lean on that heavily. I'm going to have to lean on experience and wisdom. And, there are women out there to find that attractive. But if I'm dealing with a woman my age, shit, she's just as experienced as I am. And hopefully she doesn't have as many scars as I do. Right? You can see my physical scars. You can't see my, like the emotional scars. But, when a woman gets to her 50s and she's single, you know what I mean? And, she gets to talking about what's going on. It's like, ooh, you can see why she's single. Sometimes it's like they got a lot of money. They're doing really well. And they thought that money was going to enhance their beauty somehow. And it doesn't. It doesn't make them any sexier. Dudes don't see a woman who's paid, I got a bunch of bread, like the dudes that they want. Those guys are like, it's nice, but it doesn't really mean anything. Now, the lower tier guys are like, oh, she got money. She could take me out. So you see what I mean? Like the shift, like the societal shift that we are currently in, it's insane. It's insane. So yeah, older guys are going to want to talk to younger women. I mean, it is what it is. Brother Pitney's in the building. What's good, fam? Like, I've had women tell me all about their coworkers' marriages. You'd be surprised how many of them picked a guy that they really didn't like, simply because there were 3 seconds left on the shot clock, right? And she had to get, yeah, I feel you on that. 3 seconds left. Oh man, I gave you an extra horn blast. I just said, as soon as I hit the button, I'm like, wait, you already been in here, man. It's level up, man. That I just saw show up. There it is, like, it's level up, man. Like, that's the common clapback. Oh my God, you just want to manipulate. That's BS. If a woman is too young to enter into a relationship with a man of her choosing, she shouldn't drive, drink, or vote. Ooh, getting hardcore right now. Getting hardcore. Older women who pursue younger men are called cougars, but older men who pursue younger women are called creeps or worse. Yet another double standard that benefits women. Facts, and that's level up, man. That's a fact, bro. Hey, man. Hey, man. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Absolutely is a double standard. Why do they do that? Because, in my opinion, older women are saying that because they're losing out to the competition. Older people can't compete with their younger counterparts, man. I say it all the time. I cannot compete with my 52-year-old self. I can't compete with my 25-year-old self. As a man in his 50s, I can't compete with myself in my 20s. I just can't. I mean, look. I went to sleep wrong, messed up my arm, couldn't use my arm for a week. Come on now. How can I compete with the younger me? The younger me was almost indestructible, bro. The stuff that I was doing. The younger me didn't even have to sleep, bro. I'd be up all night chasing women, doing whatever, then get up and go to work the next morning. Work my 2 jobs, come back, and then still go out and get one of my other girls. Ain't no way I'm doing that today. Come on, man. I ain't got the stamina for that. I don't care how many blue pills or how much vitamin D or whatever. Come on, man. I ain't doing all that. I don't care what kind of multivitamin you taking. That's just too much work, man. Too much work. And that's one of the things that I wanted to say. I wanted to make this point clear. Older women take a lot of work, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Even if you find an older woman who's attractive, sexy, and all that, savvy, she's smart, y'all click. She takes more work than that younger version. The younger version is just happy, bro. Just, oh my God. Oh my God. He took me to Cheesecake Factory. Oh my God. Whereas the older women, like, we at Cheesecake Factory, take me home. Don't take me to Cheesecake Factory. Young women don't have these lists. It's always the older women with these lists. Don't take me here. Don't take me here. I want to do this. I want to do that. And blah, 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 blah. Young girls are just like, I like you. And they'll go anywhere, man. They'll sit there while you're playing basketball. They'll sit there while you're bowling. Yes, bowling. They'll sit there and watch you bowl. Baby, you got to strike, baby. Right? Gotta be lucky striking. I gotta be one of those bowling hours where you can drink alcohol. You know what I mean? But if she's into you, bro, she will sit there quietly sit in the back of the club while you're doing your stand-up, even if you're not funny. I see it all the time. Even when I wasn't funny, I had women in there. Better luck next time, babe. Like, my women always keep it real with me. Right? The young girls don't care, man. They're about it, man. They're about it. They don't think of what they're dealing with the dudes at their level. Most guys don't have a place. If they got a place, they got multiple roommates. Right? Have you gone into a 18, 19, 22-year-old's apartment with his roommates? Lord have mercy, the smell alone. And I'm talking about guys who weren't in the military, just like regular dudes coming out of college, man. It's like, Jesus. Have you been in their vehicles? If they got a vehicle, you know, like, and these girls would be sitting right there. You know, just these women, they haven't had, too many traumatic experiences. Right? The older we get, the more stuff we deal with. Brother Smith was just saying, best saying I've heard was from Myron Gaines, unsure if he got it from someone else, but it's men aged like wine and women spoiled like milk. Yeah, it's a variant of another saying, so that it's not his. He just kind of, it's a variant. Yeah, some women do age like wine. Some do. And when I come across those women that are very, very regal and graceful and older, they're married. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there, bro. You know what I mean? Just throwing it out there. Brother Smeagol's, if a woman comes up and says hi, or say, hey, you, that's them warning you, wanting you to engage. Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at it. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, if a woman walks up and says hi, man, yeah, she says hi to you, that is her letting you know she sees you and she wants you to talk to her. Right? That is the holla holla right there. If a woman comes up to you and just says hi, That's
Holla,
this.
holla, 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 holla.
That's her hollering at you most part. I mean, sometimes you just have women who are nice. Oh, hey, you make eye contact, she'll say hello. But when a woman comes up, she posts up next to you, she says hello, you say hello, and then generally she'll ask you a question or something like that, or what's good here, or do you know if they have beer? Like, oh yeah, it's a bar, love. I'm pretty sure they got beer. And then she'll laugh. Well, no, I meant, like maybe a craft beer. Like I'm not a beer person, but sure, yeah. Anything to start the conversation. That's them hollering. That's how that works. That's how that works. There's something about you. She wants to get to know you better. You got that Jordache look for all my old folks out there. Y'all know what I'm talking about, that Jordache look. You know what I mean? And yeah, Level Up Man was like, yeah, like that's the quote I was thinking about. Men age like Sean Connery and women age like Sean Con- I never heard that one, bro. I never heard that one, bro. I never heard that one. So no, I heard the one about men aging like wine and women aging like milk or whatever. But yeah, I never heard that one, man. That's funny. Dr. B's in the house. What's good, fam? It's like, man, these older chicks are just butthurt that their time comes up when they have younger women to compare with. Yeah. I mean, it's all, to me, it's all just a game, isn't it? It's just a game, bro. And one half of the game, like for women, man, it's kind of like what Myron says all the time. Like women they hit 18, man, they get all their value handed to them, all of it. They have it all at 18, and everyone wants them. Now, the older they get, the less attention they get, the harder it can become to get the kind of guys that they want. They notice that. And then, once they breach that 35, 40, they haven't been married or anything like that. They got all this money. They have become the men that they've always wanted, right? They have the career, they have the money, no children, they have the house, they have the car, they have the bags, they have all that other stuff. And they're like, how come the guys that I want don't want to come holler at me? And then it becomes, well, these guys are intimidated and all the other stuff. It's just that you're no longer in your prime. All these dudes wanted you in your prime. And that's when you got to lock them down. That's the game. But women will always be able to get dudes. It's just I think a lot of women get upset when they can't get the caliber of guy that they want or the caliber of guy that they believe that they deserve. And I think that's where a lot of this stems from. That's bottom line. Bottom line. Because there's no such thing as an incelibate woman. You know what I mean? Involuntarily celibate is what I meant to say. There's no such thing as an incel woman. Right? If a woman's not doing anything, it's because she doesn't want to. No matter who she is, no matter where she is on that scale, she can get male attention. She can get it. She can get a guy to be in a relationship with her, bro. I mean, how many homeless women have y'all seen out there with boyfriends? Think about that, bro. She can get it, but can she get the relationship that she wants from the man that she wants? That's the problem. That's the problem. And I talk to a lot of females about strangers. Talk to strangers about this. We'll be out talking or whatever, and this conversation will come up, and it's like, well, how come? And I'll tell them, like, well, the big thing is, I'm like, I don't think women are mad that, these guys are dating younger women. If it was a dude that she could care less about, if it was the fry guy at Burger King, he's 45 years old and he's dating a 22-year-old, he's dating a girl dropping fries right next to him at Burger King, right? Those women don't care. Most women don't care. They don't see that guy. They have no idea what he's doing. They could care less about the guy working at McDonald's who's dating a younger woman. But let the owner or Burger King, the guy at Burger King, but let the owner of that Burger King, that guy who owns, 4 or 5 different stores, maybe he has 6 or 7 different residential properties. The guy's worth 10, 20 million. Let him date a younger woman. Right? And that's when you get everything to Level Up was saying. Right? He's a creep. Or worse, robbing the cradle. You know what I mean? He's a manipulator. You're gonna get all that, right? Because that's a dude that they want. That's a dude that they want, man. You know what I mean? Look, Dr. B, he don't care, man. He got a little baddie, so he don't care. He gonna say what he want to say. You know what I mean? But they get mad when a man that they want is dating a younger woman. They could care less what the Invisible 80 is doing. And I think that's something that gets overlooked a lot. Brother Jack is in the building. What's good, fam? I see you, Knight. What is good? Brother Pitney's like, in my humble opinion, 21 to 24 is the perfect age for women. If they were serious about marriage at that age, older women would get zero play. Yeah, and the women, I mean, they're at their peak, man. It is what it is. They're at their peak. That's where they're peaking. It is what it is. Men don't reach that same peak until they're much older. So you really have the top of the heap on both sides. You got the top tier guys, getting to the bag, it took them time to get there. Right now, they're the most sought after men, and they're going after the most sought after cohort of women. And that, I mean, it only makes sense. It only makes sense. The guys with all the bread, the guys with all the success, the men who have done the work, the guys who have crossed the finish line. Who are they going to go after? They're going to go after the best and brightest of the female clan. They're going to go for the young girls between 18 and 24, 26, somewhere there. That's who they want. And if they can pull them, they're going to pull them all day long. And again, women only care when they know it's the top tier dude. Women have no idea what the bottom tier guys are doing. You got some dude he's a brokey, but he got game. He's working at Starbucks, or he's working at Target as stocking the shelves. She doesn't care who he's seeing. She could care less. If she were to see that guy out with his young girlfriend and, she sees the dude and before she says anything, she realizes like, oh, that guy works at Target. That's the guy who makes my coffee at Starbucks. And she sees he's with a young woman. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. She might be happy for him. Oh, good for him. He has a cute girlfriend. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cute? She doesn't want that guy. She doesn't want him. He doesn't register. But let that guy, begin to work on himself. 5 years down the road, that guy's worth 10 million. Yeah. She gonna have a concern about that. She's gonna have a concern. Why you dating that young girl? Because this young girl was with me the whole time. She was with me when I was broke. And now she supported me and she added value, and here we are. That's why I chose her. And then a lot of people, some people have problems with that. Level up, man. Women might start maturing earlier than men, but they stop maturing the second they figure out that men want to have sex with them. That's why we have a bunch of 41-year-olds acting like they're 14. I can see the logic in that, bro. I ain't mad at you. I ain't reading that shit. Like Brother Smith was like, I need to read over my comments. I'm making it hard for anyone to read. Hey man, it is what it is. I'll sit there and try to piece it together. I'm sitting there, I look down like, wait, because I'm reading the words, I'm looking at the words, I'm like, all right, so what is really meant here? Like, there's some extra words here, some words missing. It's all good, bro. I'll figure it out. Like you said, man, I was horrible at this day one, man. Smee was told me, like, yeah, bro, you were horrible at reading. I'm like, I'm still bad at it, but it just takes practice. And all you got to do is just keep reading, bro. I'll be sitting around, I'll be driving around. I'll go somewhere and I'm parked, I'm waiting on my daughter or waiting on something. And I'll just pull out a book or open up an article and just start reading out loud. I mean, that's really the way you get better, like just sight reading and kind of doing that stuff. But yeah, man, I'll sit there and I'll watch other creators reading chats and I'll admiring them reading chats and I'm reading along and I'm like, all right, like I'm pretty much there. But your mind formulates what we think is being said versus what's actually written. So sometimes you'll hear me just read each word very slow, very monotonous, because I'm trying to figure it out. And I'll just look at it like, wait, hold on. I'll say, I need to read over my comments. I'll do it like that. I'm doing that for me to make sure, like, what am I missing here? Because sometimes I'll read over too fast. I'll jumble words or whatever. So, but for the most part now, man, you good. Don't even trip, man. You good. I know people be clowning me. We gonna like it's probably a drinking game. Every time Uncle Saint messes up a word, we gonna drink. And I don't know which is worse, man. Playing that game or playing, I feel like I don't know which is worse. Brother Penny's like strike while the iron's hot. It's more than a choice. Their words to live by. The more than a cliche, their words to live by. See what I mean? I just did it right there. You'd be drinking right now. Right now, if you was playing the drinking game, you'd be drinking right. That'd have been a shot. Because I said choice instead of cliche. I didn't, again, it's one of those things. Brother Smeebles, my sister got to a weight of 211 kilograms, which is 465 pounds. Wow. And she was still hooking up with men. Are you serious, bro? She's now dropped to 100 kilograms, which is after surgery is 1.5 years ago. Wow, bro. She's still like around 230 something. Good for her, man. Good for her, man. Don DeMarco to her, man. I was thinking about doing a show about obesity in America, but Don DeMarco to your sister. And that's what I mean, bro. Like it doesn't, it for women, especially in the sexual marketplace, bro, like it's, if the mission is to get a boyfriend or get into a relationship or have a significant other, bro, I don't see how they lose that game. There's so many men that just want to be in a relationship with a woman. It doesn't matter how big she is. It doesn't matter how unattractive she may be. It doesn't matter how old she is. They just want to be in a relationship with a woman. I say this all the time on this platform. The vast majority of dudes, they don't want to spin plates. They don't want a rotation. They want this many girls, man. They want one girl. That's all they want. And they'll work themselves to death for that woman, man. That's all they want. They want a woman that loves them, that respects them, that's, supports them, that adds value, that's going to be there for them. Someone that they can, grow with. That's all they want. Real talk, man. That's all they want. Now, if they could have multiple women, would they take it? Some would, but it's so much work. The average dude is not trying to do all that work, bro. The average dude is just happy with one woman, man. Just one woman. So and this whole poly thing and these non-standard relationships, it's all due to the fact that the guy's just trying to get that one woman, and he has to, that's what he has to give up to have her. Like, well, okay, I'll be with you. It's okay if you go out and smash some other dudes, just so long as you come home, it's fine. And they'll agree to a situation, that they really don't want. But this is the best way that they can get a woman. Not that woman, any woman. They're just trying to get a woman. It's crazy out here, man, but that is the game. That is the game. So it makes complete sense that older men who have done the work and they have gotten to the bag and they have become successful and they have attained the traits that women are looking for, it makes sense to me that they're going to go for younger women. It makes sense to me that they're going to do that. And then you hear that there's that thing out there, right? Half your age plus 7. If you guys ever heard that one before, they're like, what's the perfect age in the dating landscape? What's the perfect age? And it's supposed to be half the man's age plus 7 years, right? And I didn't know where that came from. I did not know where that came from. So we're gonna pause the show real quick. I want to bring this up so you guys can see this thing, and then we'll get back to the video. Half your age plus 7. All right. First time I saw this was on I want to say the movie Malcolm X. So this is dictionary.com. All right. So half your age plus 7. What does half your age plus 7 mean? How young is too young to hook up with someone? Do the math. If they are older than half your age plus 7 years, then you are all good. At least as far as the rule of thumb is concerned, the age here is usually the man's because double standards, right? So, when they say half your age plus 7, they're talking about the men, not women. So here it is. So half your age plus 7 is the unofficial rule of romance, often credited to the French author Max Aurel. I didn't know that. I thought this came out the Bible. I didn't know this. In his 1901 love manual, which is incredibly romantic title of Her Royal Highness Woman and His Majesty Cupid. So this is the name of the book. He wrote this book in 1901. It's a love manual, and the title of it is Her Royal Highness Woman and His Majesty Cupid. Man, I might have to get that book just to read it. Let me see. In it, this mathematical formula applied to the ideal age of the bride as half the groom's age plus 7 years. Over the 1900s, half your age plus 7 became a popular dating rule for sexual partners, not just marriage partners, but don't miss its gendered undertones, right? So don't miss the gendered undertones, as the age behind halved is almost always the man's. The French entertainer Maurice Chevalier. Yeah, that's 2 drinks right there on that one, y'all. Reference half your age plus 7 in an interview with Detroit News in 1931. By 1951, the American play The Moon is Blue and the 1953 film based on it both mentioned half your age plus 7. Wow. So I knew it from Malcolm X, and it's right here. The rule was also well known by the 1950s that even Malcolm X is quoted as being a staunch believer in half your age plus 7. I thought it came from the Quran because I heard Malcolm X talk about this. Right. So there it is, half your age plus 7. I'll make sure I'll put that in the description below. But they say that's the best rule, and it's always the man. It's not the woman's age, it's the man's age. Half the man's age plus 7, and that's supposed to be the perfect age for not just dating, but marriage and all the rest of it, right? So just in case anybody ever heard that, I wanted to pull that up just so y'all could see it. That's where it came from. I honestly thought it came from the Quran. I was wrong. Thank goodness for the internet. Let's continue. Back to the video.
And the main thing is we can't really get along and the whole thing with the kids. Now, we got to check out a video here because this kind of encapsulates what I'm talking about. Now, you guys may have seen this, the Pop the Balloon show. I will link to the young lady. I think it's her page. I will link to her page in the box. But what happens is you have people that go on the show and there's men lined up or women lined up and they pop the balloon when they know they don't want to date the guy. Now, here's the guy in question. He's 31 years old, got stuff going on, well-dressed, okay, well put together, beard, everything, all right, deep voice, probably about 5'11", 6 foot, appears to be pretty tall, in shape, the whole 9. Now, this should be a catch, right? 31 years old, everything together, but these women are kind of older. A lot of them are older than him, and you're going to see why he is not going to be a good match for them. They're telling him that he ain't a good match for them. And he, in his mind, knows that they're telling the truth. Let's go to check it out.
Already have kids is my question.
Yes, I already have children and I do not want any more.
Okay.
Yes, I do have 2 kids, 2 boys, and I don't want any more either.
Okay.
Nope, I have no kids, just fur babies. That's about it.
I respect it. Yeah.
7.
So we got 7 dogs. So all of them, I have kids or don't want any more kids. So automatically your ability to start a family with the first 2 out of the window. You're not going to be able to do it. If you get with them, you're a stepdaddy at best. You're not going to have your own kids. And it's like, okay, maybe you might want to sign up to be a stepdad at 31 years old, which wouldn't be a good idea. But maybe you might want to do that, but at least you want to have your own kids, okay? Nothing against somebody that has stepfathers or whatever, but a lot of guys don't want to do it. But if they do, they want to have their own kids too. But they say, nope, you're not going to do it.
Exactly.
Damn.
Like I said, when you're dealing with an older cohort, man, it's more work. Now, these women are saying they don't want to have any more kids and blah, blah, blah. If they were to get, if this guy was the guy that they wanted to be with and they were really into him and he really wanted kids, more than likely they would consider it. Now, a lot of women have taken medical procedures, so it's like they can't have children. The parts have been removed. But if they're capable, they would at least give it a try, right? If it's the right dude, they would at least give it a try. I'm just kind of throwing that out there. But here they are on a dating show. These women are looking sexy or whatever. They're like, I got kids, I got kids, I got kids. I don't want any kids. The one girl like, I don't have any. I got furry kids. I got pets. I got a bunch of dogs, cats, or whatever. Okay, why are y'all even signing up for the show? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Maybe they're doing it for clout. Maybe they're doing it for attention. Maybe they're doing it for money. Maybe it was, like, hey, we'll pay you a couple $100 to come on this show. And they got this guy, and these balloons where they line up a bunch of people. I mean, these shows where they line up a bunch of people and they have this conversation. Now they added the balloon, they popped the balloon if that's somebody they don't want to be with or whatever. I don't know. I guess it's good for YouTube. I guess it's good for TV. I've never watched one. But I guess I'm watching one now, huh? It is what it is. You know what I mean? And then yeah, Brother Penny's right, man. Women can get smashed any day of the week, man. Any day of the week. It just depends on the dude. Yep. And I get what level up man is saying, like, man, he ain't trying to have, he's not trying to have kids. So, fertility isn't a deal breaker for him. As a result, my age requirement must be 21 to ride this ride. So I ain't mad at him, man. I mean, if you do the work, you get to set the rules. Last good man in Jersey, Jeannie Mai is a prime example of choosing who she will and won't have kids with. Perfect example. She was married to a man. He wanted to have children. She didn't want to have kids and didn't have any kids. Divorced him, married the rapper, Jeezy, and was pregnant instantly. She might have been pregnant before they got married. But it is what it is, because that's what she wanted to do. So a woman to say, I don't want to do something, and what that really means is I don't want to do it with this guy, or I don't want to do that unless he's perfect. And hey, man, that's their right to choose, bro. I ain't mad.
Yes.
What does this consist of?
Yeah, let's
so
do this.
I have 6 Maltese and a Chihuahua / German Shepherd mix. Yeah.
Are all the poodles related?
Yes, 2 of them are the parents. So I have the mother and the
Got
father,
you.
and
Okay.
then I have, unfortunately, the puppies that I was unable to get sold.
That makes sense.
And then I kind of got used to them. I had them for a while, so they're family now. So those are
Okay.
my babies.
Now, are you trying to take care of 7 dogs? Is that what you want to do with yourself?
Again, I respect your answer. I dig that.
But at least she has no kids. At least, if she's open to, dating my man right here.
All right, let's go right down here.
I do have children. I have 3 children,
Okay.
and they are young adults.
Okay.
And I am not looking to have any more.
See, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. She probably about my age, probably about, I say, about 40. Young adults, yeah, probably about 40, between 35 and 40. What do you, if you're me and you have no kids at 40 and you just getting into your stride financially and everything, you're not, I would not be compatible with her. My man right here is younger than her and has no kids and is just getting into his stride financially. There's no compatibility there at all. There's none, not for an actual relationship on a serious level.
Okay.
It is my time.
I hear you.
I'm
You right.
traveling.
Yes.
I'm traveling.
Dude leaning heavily on that deep voice, ain't he? He's leaning heavily on that deep voice. But like I said, like he's put together, his style is cool. This dude on the TV show comes off as a professional guy, I would say. Just if you had to judge the book by its cover, who knows what the real story is. But you bring this same guy on the same stage in front of the same women, but he's dressed like, a hip hop artist or a thug or whatever. And more women would be holding their balloons. I don't think that the young girls would have popped their balloons right away because they like the bad boys. If he presented as a bad boy, they'd be all on it, which is crazy judging books by the cover. But, we do it all the time. We do it all the time. Level Up Man, like, I currently have 2 plates. They're both 41. Neither have kids. I'd sooner date an older woman with no kids than a younger woman with kids. That's what's up. And the thing is, you do the work, you build yourself up to a point where you get to choose. Most guys would choose the younger woman. Why? Because they want to have kids. right? Level 1 man isn't planning on having kids. So when you remove that from the equation, you might want to deal with a more mature woman because you know what time it is. Just, you know, she understands the physical part of it. She's not going to be as clingy. She's not leaning on you to introduce her to new experiences. Like she's already kind of done her own thing. It's more of a cruise control kind of relationship. She understands and accepts what's going on, right? You tell her like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, we ain't, nah, I'm not, you know, we're not a couple. You know, it's when I'm with you, but when I'm not with you, I'm not with you. You understand? Like you can say that to an older woman. Younger women might not want to hear that. And they have, you know, they do have more options to exercise. But I tell guys all the time, don't lie. Whatever you do, don't lie. I don't care what age group you're talking to. Do not lie. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Don't go out here and try to run your game and you fail. And now you got to deal with all kind of stuff. Now it's back to the top of the show when we were talking about, you know, being able to defend yourself and knowing like martial arts and having weapons and all that, because women get mad, bro. They don't hold them L's, man, and they'll come after you. Not themselves, but they'll send people after you. And that's a problem. That's a problem. Or if they come at you themselves and they want to come swinging with a bat or whatever, you know, what are you going to do in that situation? Like you got to really play it, you know, a certain way. And all that because you lied, could have just told her the truth. You know what I'm saying? You part of the rotation, baby. And if she doesn't like it, all right, take care. I ain't mad at you. She'll be back. Like she'll be back. You know what I mean? Last good man in Jersey, he's like, I just go to the Philippines. All the young women want older guys. It's having, yeah, you know, you're always screaming about the Philippines, man. You're always screaming about the Philippines. I ain't mad at you, bro. Whatever you need to do to make it work, make it work. You know, whatever you need to do to make it work. There are plenty of, you know, there are women here who are young and you can, you know, like still good women. There are parts of America where you can find quote unquote good women, but technology has made it so difficult to find them, bro. And then, you know, they got technology right there. They can easily pick up their phone and be in touch with some guy somewhere in America or somewhere in the world, you know, on the planet that's more than willing to bring them out and give them experiences. So it's like the competition is just fierce. Yes. Please make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. Brother D Mac is in the building. What's good, fam? It's like dude in the white with the milk bean on the show several times. Oh, okay. Because I never watched that show before. So you're saying dude right there with the white shirt on, he's been on this particular show with the balloons, I guess, or this dating show several times. I've never watched this show, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. They're out there. I guess I'm watching it now. Lady Naveau is like, be careful, Philippine women crazy. I'm married into one. I know. And it's like, look, they might be crazy, man. I've seen some videos, but all women are crazy. I ain't gonna lie. All women are crazy. It's just layers to it. Like I said, men and women are very, very different. Let's continue.
You in your era. I ain't gonna hold you. I feel it.
Yeah. I have paid my debt to society. Okay.
Okay.
I have made my contribution.
I hear
That's
you.
it.
Okay.
She's clocked out. Totally clocked out. So what are you to do? And then the women who are not holding the balloon, they're not even interested. They already popped their balloon. She's making eye contact, but she's not really interested. For what reason, I don't know.
Okay, so based off of that, what are we going with? You got that toothpick on your ear.
Yeah. No, I ain't forget it. Two more, or just one more.
Yeah, let's go with two more.
Damn. Okay.
Do you hear this? He's like, yo, what do I have no options.
Nah, dude's sitting here like, who am I gonna smash? That's what I'm thinking. He looking like, who am I gonna smash? But again, I haven't watched this show. I don't know what context. I don't know how far they got. He's talking about two more. What I don't know what's going on this program. I don't know how they do it. You know what I mean? Because D-Mac was like, yeah, the dude with the mic has been on here several times. He's probably one of the producers or one of the friends of the show. Man, I don't know how this works. I don't know if he gets to choose what girl and they go out on a date and then they come back and talk about it. I don't know, but let's continue.
Here, this really what he wants to say. He's trying to be a gentleman, and I respect it. I respect it, boss. I respect what you're doing, but really, you need to just be like, you know what? I'm good. I'm gonna just go ahead and just leave. Yeah, there's nothing there for you. There's nothing there for you. You need, most of these are older women in their 30s who already have kids. They don't want any more. A lot of them don't want you. Where's the compatibility? This is exactly why older guys, especially, because it only gets worse when you get older. He's 31. I'll be 40 this year. So I'm a lot older than he is. But it only gets worse from here, my man. Once you're my age, you're not going to even want to talk to these people at all. At all. So, yeah, that's the reason why older guys prefer younger women. We're not trying to be if you're a manipulator, that's what you're going to do regardless. It don't really matter how old the woman is. If you're a manipulator, gaslighter, you're going to do that regardless of how old she is or how old you are. It's not even about that. It's about compatibility. How many kids do you have? Do you want to have any more kids? Do you want to just have a good conversation and not try to compete or bring in your drama or anything of this nature? And then, I ain't even speak on the looks part. Obviously, usually a younger woman is more attractive than an older woman. Usually, sometimes you could find a very hot older woman, but it's not really going to be the case the majority of the time, and everybody knows it. And that's pretty much all I got. If you like,
he kept it 100. Shout out to Uncle ABL, man. He kept it 100. You know, if you're out here dating as a guy and you know you're in your 30s or whatever, and you are seriously looking for a wife or a significant other, a long-term relationship, yeah, you probably you're gonna land on a younger woman. It's just gonna happen. I mean, that shows a good illustration of that. You know, you might come across women like, oh man, she's cool. She's my age. She has great ideas, but all right, she's a mom. She has 1 or 2 kids, maybe 3 kids. You know, she's had her career. You want to talk about scars, man. Like, you know, maybe she's been married. More than likely she hasn't, but maybe she's been married. So you have that. I know Scam Michael was asking me this maybe a year ago. He was like, hey, would you seriously date a woman or get into a relationship with a woman, a long-term relationship with a woman who was divorced? And I'm like, no. Why would I do that? You know, I was like, she lied to her spiritual being. Like most women, especially black women, Christians, you know, they believe in God. So like she made a promise with her God on this marriage, said these words, and now she's divorced. No, I wouldn't do that. Are there exceptions? Because he was like asking me about exceptions. I'm like, yeah, I mean, you know, if her husband died or something, like, okay, then she kept her word till death did them part. But you know, and it's like, well, what if the guy was abusive? Like, I still wouldn't marry her. I'm glad she's not in the situation anymore. But you know, she chose him. I don't want to. That was a really bad choice. How could you not see that coming? You know what I mean? Like, you chose to be with this psycho dude who's been beating you, and you finally coming to your senses to get out the situation. Nah, I don't want to be bothered with that. How's that dude gonna take it? Is he gonna come looking for you even after you started messing with me? Am I gonna have to fix your problem for you? No, I wouldn't deal with that. So when you start looking at it, the older we get, the more baggage we acquire, right? The more scars we get. Why wouldn't you look towards the younger women, man? For guys, it's easy analogies for guys, right? I look at it like a car. You know, most guys you can do this like with cars, houses, or whatever. You can do it with purses. So basically, you can go to the car lot, right? You go to the car lot, money's no object. You can have this any car, right? And this car lot is, let's say it's a BMW dealership, right? All they have are BMWs. And not only do they just only have BMWs, all they have on this particular BMW dealership are BMW, the 2-door, the not just the 8 series, but the M8. They only have the M8. That's all they have. They only have the M8. And they have 20 years worth of M8s on this lot. Every different color combination you could think of, convertible, hard top, whatever, as far as, accessories it's on that car. It's just every variant of this car, this M8 BMW 2-seater is on this lot, right? You paid the money to get onto the lot. Now all you gotta do is pick out your car. So money's no object. All you gotta do is pick out your car. What car are you gonna pick out? Are you gonna pick out the cars that have been there for 20 years, 25, 30 years. They look good. Right? They look good. But 20-year-old car, 3, 4, 500,000 miles. But they run because it's on a lot. The lot makes sure, whatever you get into is going to run. You're going to get that car, or you're going to get the brand new, right out the factory. No one's ever been in it. BMW M6. Fresh new car smell. It's all you. Which one are you going to pick? You're going to pick that brand new one. You're going to pick the one that has 0 miles on it. You're going to pick the one that no one else has been in. You're the only person going to be in it other than the people who made it. That's it. You in there. As opposed to that 20-year-old one over there. Looks good, has all the accessories, but Lord knows how many people been in that car. Right? And which car is going to be easier to maintain? This brand new one? Factory warranty. Anything goes wrong, bring it in, they're going to fix it. No questions asked, give you a loaner. But that 20-year-old car over there is guaranteed to work for a week. But after that week, you're responsible for the maintenance. So you gotta change the transmission. You got to change the radiator. You know what I mean? Oh, you got a problem with the exhaust. You got to change the exhaust. Which one are you going to get? Which one takes more work? And that's the bottom line. I know people get, man, why you always got to compare women to cars and houses and stuff like that? It's just, I don't know. That's just how guys think. You know what I mean? Ladies, same thing with you. You go in there, you get that $200,000 Birkin. I forget the name of it. One of the Kardashians just bought one. $250,000 bag. Right? So you go to the Birkin shop and that bag is there and it has every variant of that bag. So the only question is, which one are you going to take? You're going to take the one that's 20 years old, the one is, that you don't know how many owners it has, the one that's been repaired before, the ones that got maybe a couple stains in there that you couldn't quite get all the way out. Maybe it has a little funny smell to it every now and then when you open the bag up. Or you're going to get that brand one straight out of the factory. Ain't never been touched by anyone outside of the factory workers who put that bag together. Which bag you going to take home with you, ladies? Which one? The bag that only you have ever handled, or you going to take that bag that everybody done handled? Which one are you going to take? That's what it boils down to. At least that's how I see it. I mean, I could be wrong. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I was like, women, she's like the Filipino men are crazy too. Yeah, people are crazy in general, man. Especially now, man. People just losing it. Lady Naveau is like, I keep saying it. If she a woman, don't look past her. I can't tell what emoji that is. The emojis don't show up on. Don't look past her fingernails. I have to look at the actual live chat to see the emojis because it won't show up on StreamYard. It's just hard to see. Level up, man. I used to tell girls what they wanted to hear. Always easy, man. If you lying, they buying. That's common tactic. Dudes lie to women all the time because it's easier. It worked for smashing, but it never translated into relationships because I would eventually come across as being fake. Don't do that anymore. That's real talk, man. You get into relationships, bro. Like I always be honest. Always be honest with who you're dealing with. Let her know what time it is. Don't lie to her, even if she's making it easy to lie to her. I tell you guys, I've told the story before. I was dealing with a woman years and years ago. Dealing with a woman, and she wanted me to tell her that I'm not messing with anyone else. She wanted me to tell her that. And at the time, I wasn't. At the time, she was literally the only woman I was dealing with. I was real busy with some other stuff. I really wasn't in the trenches like that. But she wanted me to tell her that I would, as long as I'm with her, I ain't gonna mess with anybody else. So I'm like, I'm not telling you that. I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I don't know who I'm gonna meet Thursday. No, I can't. I'm not telling you that, shorty. That's all she wanted me to tell her. That's all she wanted me to tell her. Just say that you're not gonna mess with anybody else while you're messing with me. I'm not saying that. No. Right? That was that. We smashed 2 more times, and then that's it. I never saw her again. Smashed 2 more times, and she was saying, it's like, I can't be with you. I'm like, that's fine. But she left stuff behind. She got me with the left behind. She left a couple bracelets. I didn't find them right away. I found one, and I told her about it, and then she didn't take it with her. smashed again. I found another one. And then she told me that we couldn't see each other well. She's like, I can't come over there no more. I'm like, all right, fine. So she did. She left her leave behind. So I was mad. But I'm not gonna lie to her. It would have been so easy to tell her what she wanted to hear, and we would, kept smashing or whatever. I could have did what I wanted to do. She just wanted me to tell her what she wanted to hear, and I'm not lying. I'm not lying to you, and I'm not gonna allow you to let me lie to you. I'm not gonna do it. D-Mike was talking about the show we were just watching. He was like, it's a great concept, makes for a good show. I'm gonna check that show out with the bursting the balloon thing. I'm gonna check that out. Last Good Man in Jersey, and both cars cost the same price. Yeah, in that analogy, you paid to get on the lot. You pay one price to get on the lot, or you pay one price to get into the store. In the case of the bag, whatever you choose, you drive out. You don't have to. That's it. It's one price. What do you choose? What do you choose? Yeah, man. I tell folks all the time, it's like, dealing with younger women, they have a lot of energy. They want to do a lot, but it's not as difficult as dealing with older women. And this is coming from an old man. It's not as difficult. Now, some older women, they're just about it. They want to do things. They're just like, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? They're grown up about it too. Like, hey, let's go do this, whatever. Grown up about it. Again, they might be running a rotation. They're putting you in their rotation. Older women is like, cool, this is what I need from you. All right. There's some women like that. There's some older women out there who still try to play the game, and you start talking to them and they revert back to their 20s. They become that 20-something girl again and want to play games and talk crazy and play hard to get. It's like, baby, you're not that anymore. Bye, Felicia. You got those type women. You got the women who are just jaded. You have the women who have been like really hurt. And, maybe they're not quite ready. They haven't quite moved on from that or whatever. And it's just a matter of time before they lash out. Same with the dudes. You know what I mean? I would imagine that women go through the same thing dealing with dudes. Hey, man, it is what it is. It is what it is. And so we got this red pill world that's come about, man. What's the red pill, man? Like the red pill are just dudes who've come to a place and they share their stories and share their experiences. That has morphed into this YouTube Manos swamp thing, right? So now you got people out there who are just saying and doing stuff just to get the clout, just to get money, just to get, likes and all the rest of it. You got some guys out here who are doing their best trying to help folks, looking at this stuff like, well, this is what it is, right? Some of us are actually out here looking at stuff and we look at the situations and we put it through the old
think tank. Arch, nothing gets past the old think tank. Nothing.
We put it through the old think tank, right? You got some of us who do that. You know what I mean? We put it through the think tank. And, we listen, like, we watched this video today and we listened to Uncle ABL. And dude made some good points. The guy in that video does not strike me as the type of guy who's out there trying to be a player, trying to run rotations, trying to, he doesn't sound like he's trying to be a quote unquote passport bro. It's just a guy out there who's trying to answer a question. Y'all want to know why older men go for younger women? This is why. The biggest thing is looks. He saved that for last, but that is the number one thing. Men are attracted to youth and beauty. It is what it is. And like he said, the second big thing, man, is dealing with, not dealing with, but being able to have a conversation. Just to be able to have a conversation. When I go out, I have conversations with people. I'm trying to get people to come to the comedy shows on Tuesday. I'm trying to get the people to come to this platform and have conversations with me, right? So I'm talking to folks, and I'm here to tell you, man, some of the older women are really difficult to talk to. Some are. You talk when it comes to race. I don't think it's really a racial component there. I think it's more of, what type of background you, like what kind of hood you from. I could talk to older white women and we'll have just great conversations, but that woman knows I'm not trying to holler at her. And that attraction isn't there. Whether she's attracted or not, it's one of those things is like, I'm not doing nothing with you, shorty. Then you got the older women who still have nice bodies or whatever, but they're out here as if they're in their 20s. They're dressing like they're in their 20s. They're getting drunk, getting white boy wasted. You know what I mean? They're out here drinking, acting a fool. And there are dudes out there, thirsty ass dudes trying to get at them, right? So you still got that. It's hard to have a conversation with that woman. You know, you're talking to a woman who's 43 years old and she's trying to have a conversation like she's talking to a 23-year-old. It's like, man, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? So you got that. It's difficult. So if a guy's out there, a young man in his 30s, and he's out there and he wants to find a good woman, that woman is probably going to be younger than he is. Probably going to be younger. I mean, that's just how the ball bounces, G. Shout out to Public Enemy. Flavor Flav. Chuck D in the building. You know what I mean? Brother Casual Germs in the building. What's up, man? It's like the lashing out part never fails. Bro. It's like going through that now. And she's only an employee. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. That, man, sad. But it is what it is, man. Got to understand the game, man. So, fellas, you know, I don't know what to tell women. You know, there's nothing really to tell women, to be honest with you, when it comes to this sort of thing. When I talk to women, especially older women, professional women, they talking about where all the good guys are, this and that. Just like we had Sister Alex on here, and she was like, where are the good guys? I'm like, they're in your phone. No, they're not in my girl, I'm telling you, they're in your phone. There's a whole bunch of good dudes in that phone of yours. Got a lot of good dudes in your life that you done friend zoned or whatever. You just overlook. They're there. You know what I mean? But I tell ladies all the time, like, just you gotta kind of let it go. You know, if you want to try to get yourself a top tier dude, if you want to go out here and you want to try to come up, all right, try it. You know what I mean? Don't use your body. Don't use your sexuality. Don't use sex. Don't use sex to get him, because he'll smash you, but that's it. He ain't trying to be with you. You know, when I do have this conversation with women, is we get real about it. I'll tell them, like, yeah, top tier dudes are gonna smash anything. I'm looking at women like, girl, you gotta, you know, you got what it takes. You got the female parts. He's gonna do it. But it does not mean he's gonna try to wife you up. So if you really want to know where you stand with these dudes, these top tier guys, withhold sex. And see if he keeps coming around. Withhold sex and see if he takes you out. See if he spends time with you. See if he has you on the boat with him. You know what I mean? In his nice exotic vehicle or whatever, over at his house, kicking it. Withhold sex and see if you get all that. And if you do, hey, he might really be into you. But chances are, you ain't letting him smash, he's moving on. He's gonna be like, what's up with your girls? Because it's definitely one track mind. You know, and I tell those women, I'm like, hey, go after the good guys. Readjust who you see, right? Readjust. And focus in on these good men who they might not be the highest tier, but they might be a tier below them. What's wrong with a guy who's making $60,000, $70,000 a year? What's wrong with that guy? Like the average, I think the average American income, household income, 74,580. I think it's still around there somewhere. It might have gone up a little bit, but if the average house in America is making 74, 75,000, that's two incomes. You got a guy who's making 70 grand. He's doing good. He's doing good. I think the average income the average household income in Florida has gone up. It was around 68 to 72,000 has gone up. It's getting closer to 80 grand in Florida. And Florida is like down there on a list. It's not like on the West Coast where the median, I keep saying average, but I mean to say median. The median income on the West Coast is around $83,000, and that's household. So when you're dealing with a guy who's making as much as two people, why not give him a chance? You know, well, he's not driving a Mercedes or a BMW or a Lamborghini or Rolls Royce. He's probably not. You know, but give him a chance. Well, you know, he can't afford to take me to this restaurant or that restaurant. He can't afford to take me to see the American Ballet Company. He can't afford to take me to, I mean, Most people can't afford to do that. So again, adjust who you see. We're talking about women, like adjust, you know what I mean, for good men. And, you know, start a good life, build something. But, you know, the problem is they say that women don't want to build. They say that women don't want to build. Like I said, the relationships that I personally have seen, it's just me being anecdotal now, just talking about what I've seen in my life. Those relationships that have stood the test of time began when the two people were very, very young and they didn't have shit. And they built it together. They built it together. And they're still, you know, a man. I talk about Jay Swans all the time and his beautiful wife, Naya, Queen Naya, and Jay Swans. They had nothing. Nada. Zip, zilch. Naya had it all. She was the one, she was building a little faster, a lot faster than he was. But she saw something in him and she invested in him. Now they got a swimming pool in their living room. Right? Now they can do whatever they want to do when they want to do it. Like, it's amazing. Their relationship has stood the test of time. She built with him. She didn't wait at the finish line. She found her guy. She found her king, jumped in. She was all in and turned it around. Like she is the reason he is successful. He'll tell you that in a heartbeat. He has said it on his platform multiple times. Multiple times. So when I'm talking to women, I'm like, the dating game is what it is. You know what I mean? The sexual marketplace is what it is. But don't go out there, chase these top tier dudes, get pumped and dumped and passed around and all the rest of it, and come back over here and say, well, there are no good men and this and that. No. I can't let you get away with that. Sorry, shorty. You chose poorly. Right? Just like that Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade, you chose poorly. There's a scene in that movie. Indiana Jones is trying to save his father's life. The Nazis done shot his father and he's laying there and he's dying. The only way to save him is to get the Holy Grail, and that's what they were searching for. The Last Crusade they were searching for the Holy Grail. Sean Connery was the dad. Harrison Ford was Indiana Jones. They finally they go through all these trials and craziness or whatever. They finally make it to where the Holy Grail is, and it is protected by a knight from King Arthur's time. And one of the head Nazi guy runs in there and with the female who was helping the Nazis out. You know, she wanted to find the Grail too. Right? So the knight is standing there and he's like, you know, like so many cups, so many chalices, so many grails. Which one's the real one? And the lady was like, I'll help you find the real one. And she grabs this Holy Grail, this beautiful golden thing with all these jewels in it, gives it to the Nazi guy. And he's like, this looks like the cup of the King of Kings. No, he's like, this looks like the Grail of the King of Kings. He dips it into the water. And the knight warned him, it's like, just like the Grail can give you everlasting life, it can also take your life. So you must choose wisely. Dude took a drink, sat there and like, oh, what's going on? And before you know it, a whole bunch of bad things started happening. Like, just, you know, this is CGI from back. It's not even CGI. This is like special effects from back in the day. Of course, this was, what was this? Indiana Jones with Last Crusade was just the late, no, this was the 90s. I think it was the 90s. So they watched what happened to dude. The knight looked at the two of them, like Indiana Jones and the lady. He was like, yeah, he chose poorly. And that's where we are. I mean, right now, bro, that's where we are with this dating thing. Women, you know, men and women are out there choosing poorly, man. I've done it. We've all done it. Choose poorly. And you got to pay for it. You got to pay the consequences. Men go out here and make mistakes. They don't come back crying. They come to the red pill space. They go to the Mantle Swamp looking for answers. They're not crying. Some do. Some sit over there and they just talk crazy. I've noticed the guys who talk the most stuff, the ones who are talking crazy, are the guys who they're not even getting any women. They're not even getting any play. They're just talking about what if, and women are all bad and that. They're just talking crazy. they haven't. I'm like, bro, you a virgin, man. You ain't even smashed. So what are you talking about, homie? Go out there and smash something first before you come in here and start talking crazy about these women. Right? So if you come over to the RP world and you look at what's going on and you take this information for what it is, it's just information, pointers, tips, right? Data points. And you can incorporate that into whatever it is you're doing. Hopefully it'll help you make an informed decision. Hopefully you will choose wisely. And if you choose wisely, you can go the distance. Hopefully. That's the theory anyway. You know, yeah, there's a bunch of dudes over here talking crazy. Yeah, you see it, you know, Fresh and Fit, whatever. You see it on the Real Ever podcast. You see it, Access Vegas. You see it on No Fugazi or whatever it is. You see it on these different platforms. You know, the guys in the chat are going, you know, sending in super chats and trying to slam these women or whatever. But at the end of the day, these women are still getting it. And the guys who are sitting there talking all the trash, those same dudes go to their OF or whatever or Cash App or money. Here's what it is, man. Game peep game, man. I ain't mad at these girls. But with that in mind, when these same women come after they hit their 40s or whatever, they're like, you know, whenever the wall hits them, if it hits them at 28, hits them at 58, 48, whenever it hits them. And then they come back and start complaining like, I don't want to hear that either. You had your pick of the litter. You had your choice. You had these men trying to get at you and you said no. You decided to go after the Pookies, the Ray Rays, the Chaz, the Tyrones. You chose to ride that sea carousel. That's what you did. You decided to have that guy's child and then that guy's child and then that other guy's child. You chose to do all that. And now you want to sit here and say there are no good men because no one's going to come help you clean up the mess you made. Come on now. Come on now. You got to own it. You got to own it. You went out there, you made these decisions. The game was certainly tilted in your favor and you still lost. How can you lose? And here's the thing, you can't even lose, especially if it's to have a relationship, because there's a legion of dudes out there that will take you with the 3 kids from 3 other dudes. There's another guy to come and take all that. There's another guy to come and be with you. There's another guy to come and help you pay your bills and whatnot. There's another guy that'll do it. There's another guy. So you cannot lose. There's one more video. Let me see if I can find this other video real quick, guys. See if I can find this other video. Please Act Right. I don't know if you guys follow that YouTube channel, but he has a video that I saw the other day that we got to look at before we close out. And please Act Right. His name was Raul. Here it is right here. It's right here. About 9 minutes. We're going to watch a little bit of this, y'all. Whew. Like this is going to show us a woman saying the stuff that women be saying these days. And it's like, after the game done went bad, y'all want to come back and cry and complain. It's like, where the good guys at? And I'm tired of doing this and I don't want this and I don't want that. And it's like, no, man. Like, no, man. No. Don't be crying about this stuff now, man. Don't be doing that. Casual German saying, yep, most of my conservative friends married in their early 20s. They fight, but they're still together. They compliment each other. Yeah, you get that. I mean, man, relationships are hard work. I was on I Am the Single One's YouTube channel a couple days ago. She had a live stream and they were just kind of talking some stuff and I jumped in there and we were talking about relationships and I was talking about how difficult it is. I don't know. People get into relationships, they get married and they think it's going to be easy. Like, it's probably the most difficult thing you ever do in your life. I've never been married, but I understand the amount of work that goes into having a relationship. I understand the give and take. I understand the sacrifice. I think most people don't. Brothers Meebles, he's like, but with Jay Swans, they're older And good luck finding that nowadays. Social media killed that. I love for every man to have a woman like that, but realistically, that's the 1% of women if you can find. Yeah. And here's the thing, man. Yes, bro. I was there at the beginning of their relationship over 30 years ago. And I was like, and that's why I tell people now, you know, it's best to do these things when you're young. And again, if it really falls to the woman, you know, because a guy's going to give a relationship. A guy, you know, women are the gatekeepers of the physical. They're the gatekeepers of the Foxy Brown, but men are the gatekeepers of a relationship. You get a guy, you choose the right guy when he's young, and you can see the future in that guy. You can lock him down when you're in your 20s. And, you know, I think you got a better chance of it going the distance. You know, not everyone makes it. It's a hard road. You know, but I agree with you, bro. Brother Smeagol, I agree with you. Nowadays, it's difficult, man. And again, the older you get, the tougher it becomes to try to find that, man. Like again, we're in this culture shift. We're redefining what a successful relationship is. We're watching it in real time, bro. We are, as a society, we are redefining what a successful relationship is. What does it mean? You know, and you know, a lot of people don't like what they're seeing. And I'm not blaming women for this. I'm simply saying that, you know, women do get to dictate how men gonna come at them. And, you know, if you go to if all the women are trying to get the top tier dudes, then the top tier dudes are they're gonna do what they're doing. If they can get away with murder, they're gonna get away with it, bro. Like they just gonna run it. The guys at the bottom 80% of dudes, man, they don't have nearly the same options as those top tier guys. So, and then people are like, well, whose fault is that? Like, man, it's the game, bro. That's all it is. It's the game. It's the game. You got to chalk it up to the game. Brother D-Mac, like if I was a single man, the world would literally be my hunting ground. I mean, that's the way to do it. You got to go. I tell, you know, dudes are talking about South America. Dudes are talking about going to Asia. Spain, Greece, Italy. Like, man, I'm telling you, bro, over there, oh my goodness. You want to talk about some diamonds in the rough, some gems. Yeah, I'm with you, D-Mac. I am a single man. And it's just, you know, my priority is my little one. Once my little one's out of high school, 4 more years. 4 more years. This time, 4 years from now, it'll be nothing but videos of places where I'll be like, I'm about to go here for a few months. I'm about to go there for a few months. I'll be doing the videos. Like, hey, by that time, I'll know how to edit. I'm like, this is where I'm about to go. And then I'll be making videos from those places. I'm going here. I'm going there. I'm going over here. And you guys are going to see. You guys are going to see, like, man, Saint ain't playing. Like, where Uncle Saint at now? Like, man, I think he's on his way to Tokyo. Like, yeah, he's okay. Where's he going now? I think he's going to New Zealand. I'm going to be doing that. You know, since I'm on that part of the world, like, yeah, I'm finna go to Australia and holler at Brother Smeagol. If he's still living over there 4 years from now, I doubt if he will be, man, because Australia, I hear the government over there is garbage. he might be living in a different country by then. But I'm gonna be like all over the place, like, yeah, I'm finna go to Spain. Yep, I'm about to do this river tour on one of these Viking cruise lines. You know what I mean? I'm about to jump into Germany, go through Sweden, Switzerland, you know what I mean? Hit the Netherlands. All right, cool. I'm coming out of there. I'm gonna, let me jump over to UK real quick, hang out there for a minute, bam, head over to France. I'm gonna be doing all that. And having amazing experiences and meeting good people and doing what it do as a guy in his 50s. You know what I mean? I'll be damn near done with my 50s by that point. But let's check out this video right here. This is Please Act Right. We're gonna also have this in the link below. This woman is talking about when women finally realize men are done. You know what I mean? When they finally realize men are done. Look at Brother Smeagol. He's like, yeah, Australia is effed. It's like it's wrecked over there. Brother D-Mac. I visited a few countries and noticed that many of the women I met were not aware of their own beauty. Yeah, because it's a different, man. I think Italian women, Spanish women and Italian women are some of the just most naturally beautiful women I've ever encountered, inside and out. They don't wear a lot of makeup. Fit. You know what I mean? They're sexy. Don't even know why they're sexy. Like, they just don't get it. They're just doing their thing. And I'm just like awed by their version of femininity and their realness. You know, God, yeah, you got the ones out there with a ton of makeup and the fake, you know, fake breasts, fake butt, fake everything. But I'm talking about like the regular, just Italian woman or Spanish woman walking around pushing her bike, riding her bike everywhere with a dress on. Oh, bro, I've met a few in this country. I haven't met them in their country, but I've met a few in this country, bro. I haven't been to France, but I have been to Spain. I haven't been to Italy. Were we in Italy? No, we were in Spain. I haven't been to Italy, but I plan to get there. I plan to get there. And I'll be going around just watching F1 races. I'll be doing that. Why are you here? I'm here to watch the Grand Prix. I'll be going around watching F1 races and just getting to know the people and having fun. Smooth, yeah, Maltese women, bro. Whew. Right about that, bro. You are right about that. And I'll be traveling with Rook. I'm like, Rook, what's up, man? Where we going? Rook could be sleeping under the stars. I'll be sleeping inside the hotel, but it is what it is. Rook's a nomad like that, bro. Yep. And Brother D-Mac is right. The level of femininity can alone melt a man. Dude, when you're in the presence of a truly feminine woman, bro, or a group of women who are just feminine, and the food is coming, they're bringing you food, and they're talking, and they're just, man, they just kind of, you know what I mean, making quick eye contact with you and then smiling and being shy. And then when they're going to walk with you and they kind of brush up against you as you're walking, kind of try to hold your hand and all that kind of stuff, man. And they sit there, stand there and wait for you to open the door for them. Right. I mean, bro, it's nothing like it. It's nothing like it, especially from now. We got a couple generations of men who've never even experienced that. Not even once. They've seen it on TV, but they've never experienced it. But anyway, let's watch Brother Raul's video and let's listen to him. And again, this is on Please Act Right, man. Please go over and check him out and subscribe. This brother used to live in Tampa. I think he was stationed at the Air Force Base here. I think he's retired now. I don't know if he's still down here, but let's check this out.
Hey, this is Raul of Please Act Right. It's funny how some of these Western women automatically believe that they're in control of when they decide that they want to seriously start dating. Check this out.
Remember I told y'all I had one more talking stage in me, one more relationship, and that was it. I think I'm through.
Don't let these women fool you. These are the type of women who wasted their time with the bad boy type. And most of them, they were toxic in those relationships, or should I say, so-called relationships.
I can't even get to the fucking talking stage because everybody not looking for nothing serious, not looking for a relationship, not looking for a girlfriend.
So now she wants to get a good guy because she's taking life seriously. But the good guys like myself are not wasting any of our time with these type of women anymore.
What you looking for, a homeboy?
No, because that would insinuate that we prefer men.
Oh, no. They're looking for somebody they can just suck and fuck on.
Have you ever heard a Western woman recording herself saying that they aren't cooking, they aren't cleaning, or doing anything for a man, but showing up and looking cute? You all have pretty much reduced yourself to nothing more than something to lay on.
Brother Raul, he don't pull any punches. Brother Chris with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Greetings, DL. Keep the great content coming. Been busy, but would just like to show some support. Man, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, stay busy, man. Stay busy, Marine. You know what I mean? These y'all Marines out here, bro. Y'all devil dogs, man, be making it happen, man. Yeah, man. I saw your comment. I'm gonna respond to your comment in one of the videos when we were talking about I was talking about how I'm just odd of our choices for for presidency of the United States of America this year. We're gonna say that for another conversation. We're not gonna change. We're not gonna shift the politics right now. But I did see your comment, brother. And I appreciate you, man. I do. I can't vote the way you're gonna vote, brother, but I understand why you are. Let's put it to you that way. And thank you so much, bro, for that $5 super chat. That's for you, bro. But Brother Raul was talking to this woman, like, so many women do this. They make these videos, they make these comments, they put it out there into the world, and then they get shocked, right? When it comes back to bite them in the butt. Like this woman right here, bro. Like, again, I see a lot of women like this when I go out. I see a lot. I'll go to certain places and I'll roll up in there and I'll see a lot of women like this and I turn around and leave because this is not, like this is not where I'm trying to hunt. Right? I ain't trying to. There was a time when I'm like, yeah, this is it. She'd be the one. She's, she's like Miss Right Now. Like she's not Miss Right, but she's Miss Right Now. Like we're gonna go make this happen, smash. Kind of like what she's talking about. Why is it that these guys just want to come over there and smash? She's talking about the men that she's wants. She's not talking about men. She's not talking about the 80% of men that she doesn't see. They're invisible to her. She's not talking about the men that don't meet her financial bar. She ain't talking about them. She's talking about the men that she wants. How come the men that she wants are doing these things? And I think Brother Raul was spot on with his comments.
And have no obligations and no commitment to, which I don't know who the fuck they looking for, because I give all types of wife over here.
Did you give any of your time to a nice guy who wanted to give you a commitment in your earlier years? And if you're such wife material, then why are you having such a hard time finding a good man to wife you up?
I'm tired. I'm tired of just, having a good time with somebody and then kicking them out of my house, because I don't do sleepovers and move-ins.
She means she doesn't do them anymore. I guarantee you, there are some guys out there that'll tell you that she's done sleepovers with them before. Don't you find it interesting how once they're done playing around, now all of a sudden they have high values and priorities?
That's one thing. I'm trying to, cook breakfast for somebody. Ask somebody how they like their eggs.
No, thank you. We can cook our own eggs.
I want somebody to be asking me what I'm cooking for dinner tonight and tell me they coming for a plate.
AKA, I'm tired of paying my own bills. Cooking for a man would be easier. You couldn't figure that out before?
I'm trying to go out and everybody know I got a +1 because they know I go everywhere with my men.
She no longer wants to be seen as one of those older women who blew it in her younger years. So she needs somebody to show off. She doesn't want to be considered an old maid.
It's giving, why? What's wrong?
That's the same thing us good guys were saying about you when you chose to run with Pookie and Ray Ray. I mean, come on, let's be serious. Am I the only one that can tell that she hardly dated good guys in her younger years?
Can the man just come to the check and y'all come talk to me for a second? Like, what is it? It can't be the goals. I got goals too.
And our goal was to have you when you were younger, before you started making stupid decisions with men. Now our goals have changed. Our goal is to run from women like you who made bad decisions in your youth.
That part right there, bro, I find myself doing that all the time. I found myself running. Now, we were talking about today, why do older men go after younger women? So let's take this young lady right here as an example. And I can call her young because I guarantee you she's way younger than me. So this woman is definitely not in her 20s, right? I would venture to guess that this woman is somewhere between 32 and 42, right? That'd be my guess. She's somewhere in that age range. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking she's somewhere in that range. So which version of her you think would be more willing to listen and change? This older version or the 22-year-old version of herself? Because y'all can hear the black scent. You can hear the streets. You can see all the movement and hear the clickety clack of her stuff. And she's probably gonna start doing this. Like can you see the piercings and the tattoos and all the rest of it? Is this older version of herself? Is this woman going to listen to me when I tell her, no, we're not going to go to that event. No, we're not going to buy that type of car. No, we need to spend this money. We're not taking a trip to Vegas. We need to save this money so we can get a building or something like that. No, you're not taking your credit cards with you. I'm gonna hold these cards because we're trying to pay them down. Your cards, trying to get your credit together. You think she's gonna listen to that? Or is she gonna tell me she's her own woman, she does her own thing, and I'm a grown up, you don't tell me nothing? Now, would the younger version of her listen? If that younger version is dealing with the same type of dude, and the younger and before the piercings, before the tattoos, right before she was out there getting her back blown out, doing her thing, do you think the younger version may have listened? Like, oh, let me listen to this guy. Okay, he's telling me, he's showing me how to build credit properly. He's encouraging me and showing me how to get a house. He's like, wow, I was in an apartment, but he's showing me how to get a house, and I'm saving just $500 a month just because I got this house. You know what I mean? Now the savings won't be that much now because of the current housing market thing, whatever. But you still get the tax breaks. He's teaching me the tax breaks. He's teaching me how to move money and have money earn money. He's teaching me all these things. Which version which version of that woman is going to listen to you? The younger one or the older one? Of course, the younger one's going to listen. More than likely, the younger one's going to listen. And she might even be able to, you know, like, okay, I'm going to change the way I move because I really want to be with this man. I'm going to do what he tells me to do. Right? When he tells me I might want to dress a little more conservatively, I'm going to listen to him. She says she wants the +1. I want to be the +1. I want to, you know, no one's going to take her to a serious event. I can't take her to a political event. I can't take her. I'm going to meet up with a couple billionaires, some multimillionaires. I can't take her. She's going to be the ones making all the noise talking about let's turn up with the females of the other dudes, right? Because she's going to feel a certain way because they're going to be way younger than she is. She's like, man, I feel so old around these young girls. Why all these old men got these young girls? And she's going to be saying things and doing things. It's going to be embarrassing. Can't take a woman like that with you, bro. Can't take embarrassing people with you to go talk to top G's. You can't do it. That'll kill a deal. Kill it in the crib, in the cradle. And that's what she's complaining about. Why is it I can't get this? Why is it I can't get that? Brother Griot's in the building. What's good, man? Like, shout out to you, DL Saint. Just got back from Miami today doing content for more. That's what's up, man. My bad. I know you had called me up and I didn't hit you back. I meant to. I apologize, bro. My apologies. Now I know why you were calling. You probably let me know. You probably let me know I'm on my way to Miami. My bad, bro. I wouldn't have been able to get down there. I was in the house all weekend. I had an injury, bro. I couldn't move my arm. I'm getting way better. So I'm pretty sure, bro, that you put in some work, man. I can't wait to see you know, some of your edits and what's going on, man. I'll be watching social media closely. Hey, y'all, make sure y'all need some video or audio work done. That's the man right there. Y'all want to holler at Brother Griot's for real. That's the man. He will do you justice. It's gonna make it look the way it's supposed to look, man. So holler at our people right there. Brother Smee was have a good rest of the stream, Uncle DL. Got a meeting. Hoorah. Oh, all right. What's up, man? Have a good meeting, brother. We'll see you on the other side, bro. We'll see you on the other side. Thanks for being there, man. Appreciate you. D-Mac, your woman is a reflection of your character, and the value will judge you. Facts. That is a fact, man. That's a Don DeMarco if I ever heard one. That is a fact. And keep that in mind. We all out here choosing y'all women. Keep that in mind. If you got a woman like this, man, keep her in the house. Don't bring her outside. It'll mess up deals, bro. It'll mess it up.
You need to learn how to delegate your feelings and compartmentalize what the you got going on. Y'all need to learn priorities. Learn how to communicate.
The good guys you want now, they do know how to prioritize and communicate. And they're communicating with you loud and clear. They don't want you now.
You got to hang with a bitch every day.
We don't hang with women who refer to themselves as the B word at all.
Facts.
Here's my thing.
You might as well give it up, but go ahead.
I really would like to know, like, so y'all get into the comments, y'all let me know. But it's an epidemic. What they say? It's an epidemic. If I can get it right. It's an epidemic.
You're absolutely right. It's an epidemic. An epidemic that women started in Western culture that led men to not want you anymore.
Of these men not wanting to be the man in the relationship. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I don't understand what you're saying. Because it's an epidemic of men who don't want to be with women who want to be the man in the relationship.
Did y'all hear that part? Y'all know we always talking about it over here, man. You know, like it seems to me that in today's world, the women are alpha like men and the men are beta or you know, feminine like women. You know, what did Xerxes say? That the women are made of men parts and the men are made of women parts. That's what's going on. This woman is sitting here complaining, bro, going in because of a situation she's in. She put herself in a situation. And now with technology, these young girls are putting themselves out here, like the video we did the other day with the young woman in red who was saying, I got these 5 boyfriends and I'm doing this, that, and the third. Man, women, this stuff is out here forever. There is zero options to deny what they did. Zero deniability. At least back in the day when we were out there, in the 80s and 90s, we did our dirt by our lonely, man. We kept our skeletons in the closet where they belong. And at least we had plausible deniability. And there's no proof I did it. Now it's nothing but proof. Like this woman right here is just like, man, the long nails, you hear how she talks, man. She's alpha 100%. She's alpha. She's just out here doing her thing. And now I need someone to take me serious. And here's the thing. There are a legion of men who would wife her up tomorrow. And she done went out and hung out with a couple dudes and she'll mess around with a dude or whatever. Maybe it'll work, but she'll get her wedding. She'll get her +1. She'll get the guy that's going to be everything that she's saying in this video. Will it work? Only time will tell, but I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't bet. If I'm a betting man, if I had to put money on that working, I'll be betting against that all day long. That is a relationship I would short to the end of time because I already know, like, man, this ain't gonna work. That relationship is going to crash. Because at some point, either the dude is going to wake up and like, I made a mistake and have to get out of the situation, or she is going to lose so much respect for the guy because he's letting her get away with murder and she won't respect him and she'll wind up leaving him. At least that's my take on it. I could be wrong. Who ruled?
They do want to get their dicks wet. That's clear. We got that covered. Y'all want a hunch.
And what heterosexual man do you know that doesn't want to hump?
But y'all don't want to do anything else, which for me is very confusing.
You mean like how it's confusing to a man when a woman says she's not cooking and cleaning ever if there's a man in the house, but the man still has to pay all the bills?
Because they'll be like, oh, I don't want a relationship. But I mean, we could chill and watch movies and stuff and hang out and go out to dinner and things like that. But like, I don't want a relationship. What the fuck?
It simply means that as long as we don't give you a commitment, you act like you got some sense. The minute that we give you the commitment and the relationship, then here comes all your nonsense. So why would we bother with having a relationship with you?
Yeah, is that plus he getting a smash? Like, man, I get to smash with a little shorty. I ain't got to take her nowhere, right? Nowhere real. She ain't bugging me to stay at my crib. She says she ain't doing sleepovers. That's great. She's embarrassing, so I really can't bring her around my real folks, so I can just keep her around my little entertainment people over here. So I could take her out every now and then. She get a couple drinks. She could turn up a little bit. We get back to the house. You know what I'm saying? I could bend her over, one leg up. Y'all know what it is. Blow the back out. Why am I going to buy the cow when clearly I get the milk for free?
What's a relationship to y'all?
The same definition you have. Only we were offering it to you 20 years ago. But you wanted to spend your time with the wrong dudes.
Because for me, if all we doing is sucking, baby, don't ask me how my day was. You call me when you want some coochie, and I'm going to call you when it's vice versa.
Usually a guy that's going to come over and just hit it and quit it, he's not going to ask you how your day was. Those guys really don't care. And the ones who do ask, they were just being polite.
Nah, there are dudes out there who are against a relationship with her and hit her up, like, and really care about how she's doing and really would be a part of her life. He would want to be there, and because he's fooled by her thinking she's really going to be there for him. But she's clowning on that guy. Again, she doesn't want a guy who does these things. She wants the guy that she wants to do these things. Not just the man. She don't just want a man to do these things. She wants the man that she wants to do these things. That's what she's looking for. And she's not going to find that. Because she's looking at top tier dudes. She's looking at dudes who are out here who got options, and these guys are going to exercise those options. They'll come over there and smash you because she loose like that. You know what I mean? She can, let me call a little shorty up 3 a.m. She bout it. Shoot her a text. What's up? You up? I'm up. What's going on? I'm finna come over there and give you what you want. I mean, it's late. Come on, girl. You know what it is. You know you want this. Trying to make those toes curl up, girl. You know what it is. All right, well, hurry up then. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Right? That's what it is. Is this woman representative of most of the women that are out there today? No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that this is most women. I'm not saying that at all. No, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is there are a lot of women like that out here. A lot. They're out there. And they're becoming, dare I say, desperate. So when they go out and they got everything looking sexy, quote unquote, which is basically they got everything showing, see through this and, cleavage dad and all this, whatever. And they turn up getting drunk or whatever. They talking crazy. How you think she approached a dude in the club? When she in the club, how you think those conversations are going? What conversation am I supposed to have with this woman right here? Are we going to be talking about what's going on in Ukraine or Israel? Are we going to be talking about politics? Are we going to be talking about, the housing market or what Jerome Powell plans to do with the Fed rate? Are we going to be talking to any of that kind of stuff? No. Our conversation is going to be extremely sexual. It's going to be a grown-up conversation, X-rated, triple X-rated conversation. We're going to talk about, we doing it in the car, you want to do it in the bathroom? What's up with you? We talking crazy. We going to, you know what I mean? I'm going to have her touching on me and all this kind of stuff, man. I'm touching on her. It's going to be that kind of conversation. And who's going to be serious behind that? Right? Who's trying to marry the woman who's about that? I ain't mad at, hey man, to each his own. We grown ups. If you want to get it like that, get it in like that. Trust me, I got stories. I can tell you. Y'all won't believe me, but I got people that can verify the story for me. Like I say, as soon as we hit 2K, I'm gonna go ahead and start that Patreon. I'm gonna start that Patreon. We're gonna have some story time, some real story time. It's gonna blow y'all mind. And man, this is what we used to gun after right here. Little chicks like this looking like a little Keisha or something. Little Misha. Hey, y'all seen Misha over there? What's up, Misha? Come on, girl. You know you want me to have that. Come on, Misha. Get on. Quit playing. Quit playing. Girl, come over here. Don't play. And they come over just like that. What you talking about? Come on, Misha. What's that number? I want her number. I don't want her Instagram. Give me your number, Misha. I'm going to come see you after this. You know what I'm saying? I got something I got to do, but I'll be freed up around 4. Where you going to be at? You going to be at the after hours or you going to be just getting home? I'll probably just be getting home. And I'm just saying, girl, you know what it is. Dang, that's when you like kind of brush up against her touch. I'm like, damn, baby, that ain't no BBL, is it? That's you for real, huh? She was like, that's right. That's all natural, baby. I'm trying to see that. What you got on under that, girl? You wearing something under that? You know I don't be wearing nothing when I wear my skirts. I don't like the way those lines look, so I don't wear nothing underneath it. Oh, word? That's the conversation. That's the conversation. 4 hours later, you at the crib, bro. You can't remember if her name is Misha or Keisha. Now you're like, I don't even remember her name right now. I'm just going to call her baby. And y'all just doing y'all thing. It's going down. Finish up. She already told you can't stay over. No sleepovers. You already know what time it is. I'm out. You ain't got a kiss on the forehead. Nothing. If anything, you just smack that one last time. Like pop. Smack that all on the floor. Smack that. On your way out the door. Let me know when you want that again, girl. Shoot, that was good right there, girl. Let me know when you want that again. She like, I sure will. That's 100% physical, man. Where is this going to escalate to? This is it. This is the world that she curated. This is where she is. She placed herself in this box. And now it's a problem. How's it going to be a problem now, baby? This is what you've been doing. You know what I'm saying? It's like your late night phone calls brought back memories, bro. You remember what it was, bro? You know what it was, man. This is before texting and all that. Maybe that call where they pick up that phone, trying to sound like they sleep. They know they fully dressed. They know they just walked in the door, trying to sound like they sleep. You knew what it was. That was the game, man. Like I say, man, it's the game, man. Don't hate any of the players, man. Hate the game.
I know how to have a sneaky link. I know how to have a friend with benefits, but I don't want one right now.
Did she or did she not just prove my point? I know how to have a sneaky link. I just don't want one right now. See, time is of the essence now. So it's time for her to get serious after having years of sneaky links, aka booty calls.
I want somebody to come and let's join together and we build something together.
Look at the background behind her. She's basically saying she wants a man to come in and pay them bills for her because she's tired of paying them all by herself.
Can we work on our goals together?
Nope.
Babe, because when we're in a marriage, we still need to be able to flow individually together.
I guess nobody told her. We're not marrying women from Western culture anymore. Poor thing. I guess she didn't get the email. You might want to check your spam box, dear.
And I'm in Atlanta. I forgot to leave that as the context.
Atlanta, Chicago, Philadelphia, California, it doesn't matter. Women all over first world countries like the United States are experiencing the same thing. You modern day women made it clear that you didn't want us and you didn't need us. So your wish is now our command. We out. Uh-oh. Did her brain freeze?
And she's just been thinking about what she's been saying, and she had a moment. She broke down. She wanted to say some more stuff. She went on to say some more stuff, but here's the thing, man. I can't stress this enough. There are a legion of men out there that would marry this woman tomorrow. She don't want those guys. So when I hear women complaining about dudes, anything, dating younger women, leaving the country, not talking to them, whatever they say, man, it's to me, all I'm hearing is the guys that they want aren't doing these things. Not the invisible 80 dudes. And, maybe she right here, this was the moment where she was thinking like, I let a lot of good guys get by. Or she just said like, yeah, I know how to have a sneaky link, right? Which is exactly what I was talking about, man. This the one right here. This the good time girl. You call her like, what's up, baby? You want something? Come get them. If she texts you, she trying to get it. Like she don't want nothing else. She said it herself. Don't ask me how my day was going. Word? Great. But you want to be married? I think Raul's on to something. She's like, yeah, man, someone's got to help her pay for all this nice stuff. She's in Atlanta, doing good. But she ain't going to take care of no man, and she don't need no man. But I want someone so I can make eggs for her. I want this. I want. I don't believe you. Or the guys that you want ain't going to want you. So why don't you go ahead and just take what you can get? Because that's what men are doing. Men are taking what they can get. Men are taking what they qualify for. Why don't you do that?
I'm having issues. Just bear with me, y'all. Please bear with me.
And you're more than likely going to be having that same issue for the rest of your life. Fellas, do not try to save these women. This is what they asked for. So we're going to give them exactly what they want. Let them stay by themselves, pay their own bills, and take care of their own households. I want you to take a look at this woman. Does she strike you as the loving, caring, kind, nurturing type of woman that you want to make your wife? The excessive piercings, tattoos, long carved fingernails, and the way she speaks.
If all we doing is sucking and fucking, baby, don't ask me how my day was. You call me.
You know what I'm saying? He's right. But there are a legion of men that will marry her tomorrow. It's it's impossible for women to lose the dating game if the objective is just to be with someone and get married. I don't think women can lose, man. I don't think women can lose. There are no women out there who are involuntarily celibate. There are no women out there going their own way. There are no women out there who can't get access, sexual access. There are no women out there who are invisible. There are no women out there who are invisible. I can't tell you how many obese women have come up to me like, what's up? Like, word? Where did that confidence come from? Like, oh, word? I just, hey, how you doing? I see them coming. And I'm start moving before they come my way. I'm starting to already move. I'm going the other way. Walk right by them. I'll tip my hat. Hello. Keep going. Oh, excuse me. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't work here. You might want to check with that guy. He can help you. I'm like, pardon me, brother. Come over here. I'll snatch a waiter in a heartbeat. Put the waiter right in front of her. He can handle anything you need up in here. I'm out. I don't want nothing to do with that. But the confidence, man. So that's the thing on the female side. Fellas, what do y'all need to do? Y'all need to become more confident. Y'all need to become more confident, man. Stop being simpletons. Stop leading with your wallet. Become confident. Get your numbers up. Just go out there and try it. If they say no, get used to hearing no. Don't worry about it. Continue to work on yourself, man. Look good. Look the part. Smell the part. Go out there, man. Don't be afraid to go by yourself. If you got to go with your homeboys, go with your homeboys. But, take care of business, man. Have the confidence to walk up to a woman. Have the confidence to take the L. Hold the L. Walk away with the L. Like, it's cool. Look at her friend. Like, wink at her friend. If you talk to one girl and she kind of shoots you down, her friend is looking, wink at the friend as you walk away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see you, baby. How you doing? And then later circle back to the friend. When you see the friend at the bar by herself or whatever, circle back to the friend. Hey, how you doing? What's your name, love? Oh, yeah, I saw you talking to my girl. I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. Like, I would say your girl is nice, but we both know that's not true. Then y'all both start laughing or whatever. You know what I mean? And then if she's like, I can't believe you talking to her, I'm like, I'm not talking. That was a joke, bro. I was like, that was a joke. And if she can't take the joke, just be like, all right, well, hey, it was a pleasure talking to you. Even though it wasn't, just tell her it was a pleasure and walk away. Get your confidence up. Don't worry about it, man. When women come over and want to talk crazy, when you got Misha over here coming over talking crazy because she wants some attention, you know what to say. I mean, what's up, Misha? Like, I see you, girl. What you talking about doing? Yeah, say it like that. What you talking about doing? What you mean by that? I'm just saying, I'm looking at you, baby. You looking sexy. Like, you want my attention. You got it. What you talking about? Where you stay? You know what I mean? I got a room here. I'm on the 12th floor. You seen the rooms in this hotel? I ain't never seen the rooms in here. This is new, right? Where we at? This is the addition. Yeah, this is the addition. You want to come check out the room? Yeah, yeah, let's go up there. All right, cool. Come on. Tell your girls you'll be right back. You know what I mean? Or she'll handle her friends. She'll take care of her friends. She'll do whatever she got to do, come back, and then boom, off y'all go up to the room. Here's what it is. Now, because she went up to the room, don't mean she's going to do something. She might just really want to see the room. Get her up there, let her see the room. She see the view or whatever. And you can tell. You can see what it is. Trust me, she'll let you know what it is. But if she's coming up there, bro, it's on her mind. It's on her mind. It's like 10 o'clock at night. You coming up to my hotel room. Come on now, Mish. You know what it is. So get your confidence up, fellas. Don't be afraid to go out here and talk to these women. Be a gentleman about it. Be stoic. Don't worry about it. If they shoot you down, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Look the part, be the part. That's a good start. That's a good start, man. Don't, control your emotions, man. Don't be falling for these chicks, bro. I'm telling you, man, keep your emotions in check. Don't be falling in love, bro. You get your feelings hurt. Get your feelings hurt now, and then it's your fault. Not hers, yours. You know what I mean? That's how that works. So that's all I got to say about that, man. I just thought it was funny. Like, this woman is sitting here saying all these things. It's like, damn, baby, you created this world for yourself, and now it's the guy's fault. Somehow it's the dude's fault because you was doing what you was doing. Come on now, shorty. And you want me to take you serious? Nah, love, I can't do that. We can have fun. I take this session in the bedroom. I'm gonna take that real serious. we can have some fun. I'm gonna treat you with respect, but like you said, no sleepovers. Don't ask me how my day went either. I don't need matter of fact, you don't even need my phone number. You know what I mean? Like I got your number, Keys. I hit you up, girl. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. But I know with caller ID and all that, it is what it is. But I wouldn't want to use, you could use their Instagram because the Instagram really works as good. I rarely take numbers anymore. It's like all Instagram with me. But, sometimes when you see one that you think is like really, really bad, I want her number. Like, I know that phone light up. It's like, bam, straight to her phone. Like, what's up? Let's go. Let's do something. But it's all the same. Instagram works just like a phone these days, man. I ain't gonna lie. Voice calls, FaceTime calls, text, everything. It is what it is. Like I said, we're in the middle of a shift. So my game is modifying as I age and as the game evolves out here, my game is, of course, evolving with it. So I hope y'all enjoyed that, man. I'm done. That's all I got for today. Appreciate everybody who was coming here again. Brother Chris, man, appreciate the $5 super chat, man. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate it. We're gonna keep this thing going. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about the red pill hot takes don't make sense. And this is from Patience Zena. So I was gonna do both today, but I'm glad I didn't because we ran out of time. So tomorrow we'll do this. We'll talk about the red pill world. We'll talk about the downside of the red pill world. We'll talk about the upside of the red pill world. We'll react to her video and kind of make some comments on what she was talking about. This was the video in which I was like all through the comments, and it was some okay conversations going back and forth with some of the people who were saying what they had to say about the red pill message and all that. So come back tomorrow. It'll be an early show. Remember, we got the comedy show tomorrow, so it'll be a real early show because my daughter has a band recital. So we're probably gonna do like a 1 o'clock show, maybe like probably 1 o'clock. We'll do a 1 o'clock show tomorrow. I'll make sure I get the thumbnail out tonight. It'll be a 1 o'clock show tomorrow because once I leave to get my daughter, with the recital and everything we got to do getting ready, we're not gonna have time to do this show. And we got the comedy thing as well. We got the comedy show with Status tomorrow. So tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here, we'll be talking about the red pill, y'all. The upside and the downside of the red pill. We'll be talking about Sister Zena's video. So hope to see y'all here 1 o'clock tomorrow. You guys have a good night. Enjoy your Monday. I hope you had a good Monday. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm DL Saint. This is the I Really Want to Know podcast. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.